The following episode is the conclusion of the miniseries called Alien, Pandora's Box by It's a Mimic. The plot of this series has been drastically changed from Free League's Alien RPG starter set called Chariot of the Gods, but some aspects may be similar enough to be considered a spoiler. Some rules have been changed from the standard Alien RPG rule set to better fit this short-form audio medium, and some language and situations might be disturbing for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised for those who would avoid gore, violence, horror, and tragedy, and also for those who wish to stay spoiler-free. For those of you whose curiosity is still piqued, please enjoy exploring Pandora's Box. Space is uncaring, ambivalent, cold. You are but a minor speck, a mote of barely conscious DNA floating through the emptiness, looking to find meaning, looking to find purpose, looking to find a place to grow a life and spread your relevance across as much of this existence as possible, as efficiently as possible. Unfortunately, there are other motes of DNA on the USCSS Cronus, floating through the air and hunting for the warmth of meaning. They hang thick in the air, waiting for a host to expose a nose, mouth, ear, eye, a cut, a scrape, even a hemorrhaging wound. Somewhere to get purchase, to infect their surroundings with their existence, to see through their purpose for being, not unlike you do. These motes have found hosts already, and they lay in hibernation, waiting to be awoken. And now, after 73 cold, dark years of nothingness in the vastness of space, new bodies are here, new potential hosts, new warmth. But as humans, mutants, synthetics, and aliens stir in their corners of the ship, a desperate battle for survival is underway. The Montero is gone. Rye has been revealed to be the android Lucas, now crippled and leaking milky hydraulic fluid and scheming his secret plots. Cooper, Davis, and Reed are dead. The medic Flynn is running through the empty corridors back to the bridge. The roughneck Cham is clinging to his sanity beside the newly fixed reactor relay, and the broken android, Ava 6, is wandering past a grotesque creature that hisses from the shadows of the maintenance tunnels. Outside, repairs to the comm array and the engines need to be done. Inside, the malfunctioning air scrubbers need to be looked at. But as Davis's body falls cold in the darkness, as Mother's programming remains ambivalent to the human's plight, as synthetics and humans alike hold their secret agendas far from compassion, three figures check their ammo and steady their resolves. After all, there was more than one cryo chamber that got power. And these interlopers don't care about Weyland-Yutani. They're ambivalent to the anguish and distress of the other survivors, and they're willing to kill in cold blood if it means getting off this ship safely. Because space is vast, but the Cronus is becoming claustrophobic. Space is dark, but the secrets here are darker. And no one cares if you die out there in the cold.
Hi, my name is Dave, and I'm playing Vic Miller, captain of the USCSS Montero. Things are going to hell quickly now. I lost my ship, I lost my paycheck, and I'm surrounded by the crew of the Cronus, who I don't trust. At least I have my crew with me, and they're safe. I guess the good news is that this old ship seems to be carrying a fortune full of biological samples, and Wilson finally seems to be working as a team player. For now, it's time to get the Cronus operational to limp to the nearest Weyland-Yutani headquarters so that they can sort out all this bullshit and get me a new ship.
Hi, my name is Megan, and my character, Valerie Reed, has died. I am now taking over the NPC, Liam Flynn, and I'm barely keeping it together. I'm the medic of the USCSS Cronus, but I don't want to be. My personal agenda is to just get out of the mess alive, no matter what the cost or what lies I need to tell. My buddy Cooper is dead. Recently, John J. Wilson, played by Terry, just tried to kill me outside the ship twice. I've sworn an oath to do no harm, but he's going to get me killed if I am not careful.
Hi, my name is Steve, and I'm playing Lyron Cham. My ship is gone, I've seen death, and nearly died myself. I just got into a brutal fight. My compression suit took some damage, and now I've got a splitting headache right behind my eye. The only things I have left in this world are the people on this ship, so I need to get as many of them to safety as I can, no matter the cost.
Hi, my name is Sean, and I'm playing a damaged synthetic named Lucas. Despite my initial ruse, I appear to have been automatically accepted into this group of survivors. I am glad that they do not realize that I must stop Weyland-Yutani from getting an alien specimen back to Earth at any cost, even if it means violence, murder, or even self-sacrifice. I am prepared to kill anyone with detailed knowledge about the 26 Draconis strain, and protect both the safety of the human race and Bionational's corporate interests.
Hi, my name is Terry, and I'm playing John J. Wilson, a Weyland-Yutani Company agent. I don't know what happened to the Montero, but now that it's gone, it will be easier for me to keep everyone on task. I'll keep myself close to Miller and Clayton for as long as they're useful, but payday's around the corner, and I won't let anyone get in my way. I have to keep an eye on Flynn, though. He keeps staring at me after our little argument outside. In the meantime, I just need to make sure that I don't have any more encounters with those things. People I can handle. Alien monsters are a little too high above my pay grade.
Lucas, we pick up with everybody splitting off from the bridge. As a synthetic life form, you don't feel pain, but you can understand that you are not functioning at peak performance right now. With no ability to push rolls and no stress dice, you do have better than average stats compared to the rest of the humans aboard here. John's has got you strapped to his back now like a backpack. Your legs are not working, but they're still dangling there.
Mm-hmm.
He's heading over to the EVA suits. When he goes to put one on, he's got to set you down. With you propped up against the wall, you see that opposite the EVA suits here, there are 2 escape pod hatches. The first one shows a starscape beyond the window. The second one has the window smashed, and there's some sort of liquid on the inside. The handle that you would turn in order to open the hatch has been bent at an insane angle.
Interesting. Okay.
Johns himself is a little shaky. He's not very confident whatsoever about his chances or anyone's chances here. And frankly, if you could be depressed, he'd be depressing you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to mention to Johns, hey, I should probably get in an EVA suit myself. That way I can be ambulatory and not have to worry about... You won't have to worry at that point about carting me around on your back, yeah?
I mean, that makes sense, I guess. Okay. He goes and he grabs one of these EVA suits. There are thrusters on these, so you can move around when you are in zero gravity. But as it stands now, he still has to cart you to the airlock. And it takes quite a few minutes for him to drag you and your suit up to the airlock to get you in it and ready.
Can I assist with the crawl?
You can, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'll do that, and any ladders I need to climb, I can probably climb myself without him needing to lift me.
Okay. You get into the airlock, and before he starts the sequence of decompression, he ends up getting you into the suit. Mm-hmm. It was just easier to take you separately.
Sure.
Now that you are in it and you can feel the gravity getting lesser and lesser, the oxygen's being pulled out, you are now in a vacuum. you can see that you and Johns are both floating a little bit. There are magnetic locks on the boots here to walk across the surface of the hull, but he looks like he's very, very comfortable with the thrusters on this EVA suit. So, have never used one of these before, but you've had it uploaded into your system and you are quite proficient at it.
I noticed that he's being graceful and I said, "You've done this before."
Yes, I have. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not very good at repairing things. I'm not a grease monkey by any means here. I'm going to do my best here. I'm really relying on you.
Yeah, this is the standard Weyland-Yutani issue ship. We should be able to repair it easy enough.
I hope so. Which first, the comm array or the engines?
Let's get the comm array up and going first.
At least we'll be able to blast a distress signal further. He starts jetting over to it. His feet never leave about 2 feet from the surface, and he heads toward the front of the ship. All of the antennas, the comm array, everything is on the front of the ship, and you can see where the Montero and the Cronus glanced off of each other before. There's all sorts of antenna and equipment that is all garbled from the two ships together, and it's mostly actually a job of cleaning it. The Cronus had a much more robust array here, and the damage that the Montero took was far worse than what the Cronus did. It's mostly minor damage. It should take about 4 turns of work and a Comtech roll.
Okay.
He's going to help you with the Comtech roll. He's essentially going to set you up with some of the electronics as he's clearing the other debris. And when you need help to hold this open, to grab that, to pass me this, he will help you. So you will get an additional die on this.
4, 6, 8, 10, 11. All right, here we go. Not a success among them.
He's going to sit there and watch you do it, but you are malfunctioning. And as well, you are trying to do this with the EVA suit gloves on. You don't need the gloves. You can take the gloves off and try again if you'd like.
I should at least vent atmosphere and, take the gloves off. Do I still need the helmet for comms?
Yes.
I'll keep the helmet on. I'll just pop it off, vent the atmosphere out of there, and do it again, I guess.
Sure.
Okay.
There's a very weak atmosphere that's getting pumped into the helmet area, but it's immediately venting out to the sleeves at the same time. So you can hear and you can speak, but it's very distant.
I should be able to make that work.
So roll again.
Okay.
11 dice. Let's see if you can roll 1 success out of 22.
Yeah. Fingers crossed, right? There's 1, 2, 3.
What's the stunting for Comtech?
Do it quickly in half the time.
You can do it quickly in half the time if you like.
Yeah.
You have another one.
One of the other ones is you get new or unexpected information. GM's choice.
Johns takes a deep breath. While you're working on that and I'm just sitting here like a bum, I've cleaned out all of the debris here and I'm worried about the engines. I just keep thinking about what happened. And it's coming back to me in bits and pieces.
What do you remember?
Like the engines, they were in pretty good shape when we took off, all things considered. As he keeps talking, more memories flood back. I remember standing on the bridge with Alan, Fred, Lori, Melanie, and Ava. The only name that you recognize is Lori because that's Clayton. Captain Samuels had ordered us to barricade the door. Someone had started screaming into one of the intercoms about a monster on the ship. One of the scientists had started mutating, they said. I couldn't understand much else. I don't know. So Captain tells me I have the bridge. And most of the security team is down on the planet. So he's going to go deal with it himself. I don't know. It was quiet for a few minutes. The last time that I remember it being peaceful. Then we heard gunshots from inside the ship. Fred started prepping for takeoff, and the team on the planetoid came running out of the jungle, scrambling to get onto the external elevator, up to Deck C. They just abandoned the RTVs and the samples and started running. Obviously, Valerie got on board, but some of them didn't when we started taking off. Lori was pissed, pulling rank and threatening to have us all sued, not because we left people behind, but because we were abandoning the mission. That tells you what kind of person she is. Fred and Alan didn't care. I just stood there beside Ava, frozen, while they argued and we left dirt behind. At 18,000 feet, I thought the worst was over, but then there was this explosion in the stairwell and
Captain Samuels is on the intercom screaming at us about a problem in Scilab 2. Fires are being reported in the living quarters in the Scilab, and suddenly, the whole ship tumbles. It jumped right out from underneath our feet. The science module had launched. Mid-atmo. We spun around for a second before Alan could get us upright again, and I could see the whole science module going tumbling down towards the surface. The moment we hit orbit, Alan suggested we get out of there and find the captain. We left the women behind because Melanie wasn't feeling well. She's 5 months pregnant, mind you, so we weren't going to put her in harm's way. We left Ava to look after her, and honestly, I didn't want Lori around, so fuck it, we just left the three of them. So it's me and Fred and Alan. We go to the armory. It was pretty much picked over, but we each got a gun. As we were in there, someone moved past the door. So big, fast, carrying a fire axe. Before we could react, two of the contract workers that we were brought on for labor, well, they just rushed past us with a kitchen knife and an incinerator. So Fred follows them to find out what the fuck's going on. And Alan and I went to go find the captain. We found most of them in the mess hall. Fuck, it was chaos. Just fighting and screaming all over the ship. There must have been more than one of those things, as far as I can figure.
Things.
Yeah. The crew that Dr. Cooper and Dr. Flynn had tried to inoculate, well, some of them changed apparently. Getting bigger, violent, insane. More animals than humans at that point. I don't remember a lot of what happened next. At some point, Alan and I got separated. He was on the intercom telling everyone to get to the cryo chambers. I was on the catwalk watching Rachel and Ellis below me, sabotaging the airlock, screaming up to me about making sure no one ever gets on the ship. Then my memory is kind of spotty from there, because I remember running. I remember a creature like the thing that killed Cooper, but it was much bigger. Much bigger. It disappeared into the maintenance tunnels, I think. I remember Ava getting stuck outside the cryo chamber when Valerie barricaded the door, and Lori's on the intercom giving her new mission parameters, and I remember hoping that you don't get nightmares in cryo. I don't think I had nightmares. I think I only had memories. Bad memories. Plans to eat a fucking bullet if I ever get infected. I don't think I could handle knowing that I did any harm to anyone. Even if I'm not in control, it's just better to duck out, I think, right? But you don't fucking know, you're a synthetic. Anyway, looks like you're pretty much done. Should we go on to the engines?
Do you need to rest at all? How are you feeling?
He is still dehydrated. He has not had any sort of relief from this. He's looking pretty fucking exhausted, but he woke up looking exhausted as well, and this might just be his natural state.
Do you want to go to the mess hall and get a drink first?
I don't think we have time, do we?
I shrug and turn to Johns and say, "We've got plenty of time right now. We're not moving. Nobody's going to find us in the emptiness right now."
Yeah, but we need to get the engines up and running. We got to get moving. We got to get back to some sort of safe place. Let me tell you something. No one should get on this ship. There's an infection here. There's something in the air. I know that you don't care, and all your guys seem to still be in their suits, so I don't want to panic anybody. We've been inoculated. But sometimes it goes bad and we end up, well, we see what happens, so.
Cooper.
No. Cooper's what you're getting inoculated against. God knows how he got that fucking creature inside his head in the first place. We saw a handful of our crewmates pop. They started to do experiments on it. Dr. Cooper was the one that actually created this inoculation against it. And that's what's been mutating people. I guess you can't get infected. I guess you can't even get one of these fucking bloody bursters in you.
I don't know.
Are you even warm inside, or are you cold?
I generate a little bit of heat, but not as much as organic flesh, organic tissue.
You freak me out. No offense. I don't know. There's something about looking into eyes and knowing they're just not, there's no soul on the other side of them.
Up until the point where the thing came out of Cooper and attacked me, you had no idea.
I guess I mean, fuck, I guess. Okay. On to the engines. Let's get it fucking done. When we get close to wherever it is that we're going, we need to park the ship in orbit. We need to contact the authorities. There is a emergency escape vehicle in the corporate suite. If we can get Clayton to let us on. There are 9 of us right now. It can seat 8. That should be able to get us down to
Safety.
I would hope so. I don't even know what. I just, someone will be uncomfortable, but we should be able to get there if we can get to a planet. So let's get these fucking engines up and running. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I hear what you're saying.
He starts hitting his thrusters and moving around. You can see that there are 4 engines, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. He starts heading up to the top to deal with the first 2 engines, engine 1 and engine 2.
He's going to ask you, are you going to come with me and work on this, or are we going to stick together?
And we should probably stick together. That makes the most sense.
He kind of hits the jets a little bit and it spins him around so he's facing you, and then pushes backwards so he's floating backwards.
So which one first? Engine 1, engine 2?
Let's go to engine 1.
You get over to engine 1 and you see that one of the stabilizers has just shifted from the damage. The stabilizers on a ship like this look relatively fragile compared to anything else, and if it's just a matter of it being unaligned, you're just going to have to kind of get it back into place. It's going to require a heavy machinery roll.
Okay.
And Johns, of course, will help you with it.
And because it's off the strength attribute as well, I should be able to handle something about this.
Sure, give me a heavy machinery roll.
5, 9. All right. Not a 1.
9 dice and not a single 6.
Let's see if I can give this a try then, I guess. You gonna help me?
Absolutely.
He's only gonna get 6 dice. He does manage to push his shoulder into it, and with a little bit of your help, he's able to struggle and shift it back into position. It's going to take a moment for you to replace one of the bolts with another one that you got in your tool belt, but you're able to realign this stabilizer. On to engine 2. On the way there, you can hear him through the comm there start kind of humming to himself. Clayton comes on the comms and says,
Johns, you're doing too much. I need you to fucking stop. Or just swap to another channel. I don't want to fucking hear this. Sorry.
I tap his helmet to get his attention.
Yeah.
So he can float around and look at me, and I hold up 2 fingers and tap my comms.
and he swaps it over and he says,
I love that she's willing to take over and to be the one to be held accountable for this shit. Man, am I tired of fucking listening to her. I wish accountability and responsibility were not the same fucking thing as far as WY is concerned. Fuck.
So I suppose in the conversation of crew versus WIIU, you fall on the side of the crew.
Yeah. The Cronus was an independent vessel that was hired on. We were contracted in. We aren't WY. But the moment that we added the scientific module full of special scientists on a special situation, they gave us the USCSS. They commissioned us, they painted it on the side. They said they were doing repairs, giving us upgrades, and we all took a month off. And then what they ended up doing is making it essentially just another ship like their own. All of those little, well, you won't understand. For a human, the tremors, the noises, the creaks and groans, you get to know and love. They took all that shit away. I don't know this fucking ship anymore. Sure, it's still the Cronus, but you ever heard of the ship of Theseus?
I seem to remember something about it.
Yeah, like that.
you get to second engine. It's time for a heavy machinery roll. Still nothing, hey?
These dice do not like me right now.
He says,
Maybe it's because you can't brace your feet against anything.
If we had the chance for an additional 5 hours for me to stop and repair,
he tries to put his shoulder into it and he can't get it done either, and he stops and goes,
Okay. We could technically run off 3 engines, I guess. If we can get the FTL up and running, it's all going to be fucking moot anyway. But This is just, inner system travel. We should try to get that up and going. Hell, if it takes us an extra handful of weeks. I've been asleep for 73 years. There's no one waiting for me at home. Fuck it. Let's move on to the next one.
I don't need to take up a cryo bed.
Hey, yeah. Oh, shit. Even better.
So do we want to go to number 3, or I suppose we're closer to 4 at this point,
We're
aren't we?
closer to 4. Let's just knock that one off.
Okay.
As you walk down and around the ship, this ship is actually fairly large. In the vehicle bay, doors that you pass, it's like a ramp that comes down from the vehicle bay. You understand that the first 3 decks are really just over half of the height of the ship.
Yeah.
Deck D is very tall, so there's a lot of heading down, and under it's got, I don't want to say wings, but there's definitely parts that are jutting out where the engines are held onto. And you can see underneath there's all this debris that's still sitting there. So what would you like to do?
Is there anything interesting, like any holes in the ship that I can look in and perhaps see damage in rooms along the way?
As you pass by on the hull, you see that the mess hall is just gone. The hull has been breached. There's a bunch of debris that is floating around inside, and you can see a frozen corpse of a person that is in there without an EVA suit. It looks like there was some sort of explosive decompression in here. The door inside the mess hall that would lead out to the corridor is open. And that would explain why, when the crew of the Montero headed in this direction before, they found out that there was no way forward and the blast doors wouldn't open.
Do you think it would be worth going in and closing one of those doors, sealing the mess hall?
Let's get the engines done, and
All right.
then we'll radio Clayton and see if we've got any time. There's everyone else back at the bridge. Let's be done with it.
Whatever was inside there is now outside, though. We best keep our heads on a swivel. I'd hate for us to run into another one of those creatures that came out of Cooper.
Well, I mean, nothing survives in deep space, right?
In theory.
So he just kind of shrugs and nods and heads down to engine 4.
I'll do another heavy machinery roll then. There we go. 3 successes this time.
With 3 successes, you'll have the opportunity to stunt twice.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I'll do it quickly because we may as well. And knowing that we've got one more engine left, I'll do you don't need to roll to overcome the same challenge in the future.
You could go back to engine 2 that failed and just do it. In theory, you would need circumstances to change to re-roll, but if you don't need to re-roll, then it'll just work.
Let's do that. I'm going to mention to John's.
That was relatively easy, and I think I found a better way of perhaps doing this. Why don't we go back to number 2? We'll get it fixed again.
Okay.
I'm going to roll for his air supply.
Okay.
He's fine. He's not using up too much of it right now. Things are relatively relaxed.
Okay.
As the two of you head back up to the second engine, he says,
So, Lucas, hey?
That's my designation.
How long have you been That's a stupid question. How long have you been in operating param... How old are you?
About seven years.
Oh. Alright. I was expecting you to say 30 or 40.
It takes a lot less for me to train on a skill than it would for a biological.
I guess.
you get to the engine 2.
Yep.
It takes nothing for you to just twist it the way that you did on engine 4, and it pops into place immediately. Takes a couple of additional rivets, and then you can move on from there.
Give it a pat.
John's got close enough to it, and he was watching you do it, and he kind of helped a little bit. But seeing that you had it well in hand, he just started walking back down around past the mess hall, kind of staring at it almost forlornly. He would have spent hundreds of hours over many missions sitting in that room, talking with friends, and it's gone. There's a sadness to him. But he moves back down towards engine 4, and then around underneath the bottom of the ship towards engine 3. There's a lot of debris here underneath. There's what looks like part of a destroyed umbilical, the lower housing of a shipboard plasma cannon, a corpse in a blue EVA suit that's missing an arm, and the half-burned seat of an escape pod. The rest of the debris seems at first glance to be unidentifiable scrap metal and electronics.
I'd take interest in the escape pod and the EVA suit. Specifically, who is in the EVA suit? At the very least, I know that the crew of the Cronus would like closure or understanding if, that's available.
You're going to deal with this on the way to the engine, or are you going to deal with it afterwards?
I figure I could, I'll tell John.
So you go on ahead. I'm going to take a bit of a long shot and reach out to it. I'll catch up with you.
Okay. Roll observation.
Sure.
Which one are you going to deal with first? The escape pod or the EVA suit?
Whichever is closer.
The escape pod is closer.
The escape pod, then. Making up for all those failures. Another 3.
In the escape pod, you find a completely frozen hydration bottle.
Okay.
It looks like the remains of a cryo bed that never had the opportunity to be a cryo bed. And you find a Magnum revolver. It is loaded. It is a classic, old-timey 357 Magnum.
I take the Magnum and I put it, I unzip the front of my EVA suit and I put it inside my suit.
Okay.
And zip it back closed. Not putting it in my tool bag, which I do have on me still. And I do grab the hydration and I put it inside the tool bag as well. And then over to the EVA suit. Let's go figure out who this person is. 5 successes.
5 successes?
5 successes on 7 dice.
Wow. Okay, as you were coming up on it, you see that it doesn't match the Cronus. This EVA suit is a little bit different. It doesn't have any thrusters, and it's colored blue. The Cronus ones are colored white.
Okay.
The compression suits from the Montero are red. So this is a different EVA suit from another ship. Also, it looks like it might be a child's suit at first, because the arms and legs, the hands and feet are sticking out from it. The gloves and boots are not attached. Whoever was wearing this was not actually, like, they were in the suit, but they were not protected by the suit. It's got a weird yellow haze over this helmet. On the inside of it, it looks like there's some sort of fluid maybe that's floating there. And you can see a horrified look on the face inside. As you get close, you also see that there is a rifle of some sort that has been strung over its shoulder and has been caught up in another piece of machinery that its thing seems to be attached to.
Interesting. I'm going to try and free the rifle. Do you want mobility for that?
No. One of the hands reaches up and grabs you. The eyes dart and look directly into yours, and it tries to slam you into the hull. Whatever this EVA suit has inside of it is still alive. And that's when you realize that the helmet that it's wearing is not a helmet. It's a fleshy sack that is around its head, holding liquid in, and the distorted face inside is not one of horror and anguish, but it's raging. There was only 1 success. You land prone a short range from this thing, dropping any handheld items, and you must make an immediate panic roll, but you're a synthetic, so you don't. So you land, your tool bag goes floating up into space. It is now standing up, and as it pulls free, you can see that the rifle, the strap that had been holding it in place, just disintegrates as it pulls away. When it moves, you get the impression that the back half of this EVA suit has been just burned away by some intense heat. There's blistering all over the back of this creature as it lurches towards you using the maglock boots. Let's draw initiative.
6.
3 and 7.
All right.
So it is going to use its fast action to cover the distance and its short action to attack you. That is 2 successes. You take 2 points of damage. Your EVA suit has an armor of 2, so you can roll 2 dice to try to mitigate this.
One of them is mitigated.
All right, so you only take 1 point of damage.
Does that injure the suit in any way?
Yes, the suit gets a tear in it. Your turn.
I would like to plant my remaining leg, lift him off the hull, and throw him into space.
This is a shove mechanic. Let's roll close combat.
Sure, I don't have any points in close combat, but I have 7 in strength.
That's right.
There we go. Not a success. And that was a fast action to do that?
No, that's a slow action because it's a close combat.
Okay.
So you have a fast action. You can retreat, but that's it.
There's not much else to do in this situation.
Can I retreat off of the hull?
Yeah?
I'm gonna do that. So if I fail this, it's gonna suck.
So that means you're rolling 5 dice to try to get away. A single success. Okay, you are able to retreat and get away, but using the jets to get out in space.
Sure.
It's going to use its fast action to jump at you and try to grab on.
Is that a grapple at that point?
No, it's just going to try to hit you on the way by.
Okay.
It launches directly towards you, but now I've got to roll to see what happens. It grabs you and tries to slam you into the nearest hard surface again, so it's going to grab you and try to push you back. There is damage that is a part of this.
Okay. I don't like you rolling that many dice.
That is a single success on 9 dice. You land prone a short distance from it, and you don't have any handheld items.
Do I get armor mitigation?
You get your armor mitigation.
Nothing.
Which brings you down to 1 hit point left. And you land back on the Cronus as this thing slowly drifts off into space.
Okay. I radio to Johns and say,
I have encountered something entirely unfamiliar. I am very damaged.
Okay, hold on. I'm coming. He was sitting there trying to work on the heavy machinery, so he was rolling by himself. He was able to get engine 3 up and running again, which is fantastic. So after a minute, you can see him getting closer and closer to you.
Where's my tool bag?
Your tool bag is kind of floating about 3 feet off of the surface. Some of the tools are slowly drifting out of it and around, but it's not like it can't be recovered. If someone who stands up, they can go get it.
Okay. Am I able to retrieve it without catching whatever that thing is that is floating away?
By the time that Johns gets close to you, this thing has become a small speck in the distance.
I'm going to go get my tool bag, and I'm going to mention to Johns,
We need to find a way to bring that inside.
Bring what inside?
That. Don't get too close to it. It is some form of creature.
I'm sorry?
We need to find a way to be able to secure this thing.
Why would we bring that?
So something else doesn't pick it up.
I think that as a synthetic, you would understand that in theory, the chances of this are so infinitesimally small that this thing is just going to freeze in outer space and it's just going to disappear.
Out of character, he is fully aware of that.
Okay.
Completely aware of that.
All right.
In order to further his goal of being able to get some of the xenomorph material.
All right, so he's lying.
Yes.
All right.
Do you need me to roll a manipulation?
You will have to roll a manipulation now.
Okay. 3.
I got 1 success.
I've got 1 success.
Can we put it in the mess hall? Even if we just put it in the mess hall for now.
Okay, how do you propose that we get it?
Is there a rope?
He's going to look around. There's all sorts of cables that are hanging around, but not necessarily a rope.
Cable would work.
Give me a heavy machinery to just start pulling cabling and wires out of one of these pieces of debris.
Sure. Because if we can get far enough on either side of it,
yeah,
and kind of
just lasso it,
yeah, right?
Sure.
And then if it starts crawling towards one of us, we can just let go of one side and pull it with the other.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. 2 success.
You pull like 30 feet of one cable. You're able to recognize this is a main power cable off of a ship. Not the Cronus, though. This is new power cabling.
There's a third party involved here, and I would love to have some information on who it is, and where they are, and why they're no longer here.
This is going to be a mobility roll to succeed on this.
Okay.
Because you have thrusters and you have John's helping, I'm going to give you 2 additional modifications on this. So 2 additional dice.
Plus 2 is 7 dice.
You guys try to loop at it. This thing is like flailing and getting caught up a little in the cable. You're not able to loop it, but it is pulling, strangely enough, closer and closer to you specifically. And John's just lets go of the cable and says, this is not fucking worth it.
I'm going to flip to the general channel.
Sure.
Is there anything going on?
No, it's silent right now.
Okay.
Miller, there is another creature out here.
You call for Miller and he does not answer.
I find that odd. I'm going to switch back to the channel with John's.
John's?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got the engines back up and going. We've got the comm array up and going. I think we've achieved what we need to out here. Let's keep an eye out for this thing in the future.
So, you're heading back to the ship then?
Heading back inside, yes.
You are very, very damaged at this point.
Yes.
You are very close to getting a critical injury and getting knocked offline.
Yes.
Be very cautious moving forward. Johns is absolutely fucking shaking by the existence of this thing. He doesn't like any of it. When you look over, he had muted his comms as he was throwing up inside of his helmet. He is beyond stressed out and is actively panicking as he stumbles his way towards the airlock as safely as possible.
As we're stumbling our way towards the airlock, I'm going to grab the hydration out of my bag, knowing full well that it's still frozen, and I'm going to hand it to him and just say,
I found this. It's yours. I don't need it, obviously.
He's going to take it and just kind of mutter a thank you. And he's pretty fucking quiet now. He was starting to get a little chatty before. That's gone. The existence of more of these monsters has really freaked him out. As everyone leaves the bridge, you can see the people are splitting off into different directions. Clayton holds you back for a minute and says, "Can I talk to you for a second, Wilson?"
Yep.
Miller, do you mind giving us a moment?
Have at her.
She takes you aside and says, "The moment that the ship comes online, we are going to have a heading straight for Earth and not Sutter's World. I'm not really eager for anyone else to know this information. I would like to get everyone back into cryo sleep. Do I have your back to keep them away from Mother and from figuring out that we're heading to Earth?"
Yes. Absolutely.
Fantastic. When everyone else goes down for cryo sleep, I will go last. I'm going to wake you up. I'm going to need your help moving some material into a safer location that the other's not aware of.
Okay, what's the material?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay.
And then she says you can go keep Miller busy.
Oh, one question for me.
Yes.
Who, you know, the crew of the Cronus. Who do I need to be wary of?
Oh, Reed. She is absolutely the most proactive and headstrong out of all of them.
Right.
Johns is not a problem. He's limp-wristed. He will do whatever you want.
Right.
Flynn is clearly in the state of panic right now, so...
Right.
So Reed.
What does Reed want, do you think?
Reed's ex-army. She's easy enough to figure out, but if she digs her heels in on something, that'll be stubbornness that we don't want to deal with.
Right, okay. Good to know. Okay, thank you.
It's time to head over to the scrubbers. The air scrubbers exist in the air scrubber shaft, which goes down pretty much through the center of the entire ship. Miller, you have a basic understanding about how air scrubbers work. They're essentially giant carbon filters, but they've got these massive rods that are submerged in water that channels electrolysis down to it. It's pretty dangerous in there because it's trying to separate hydrogen and oxygen from each other. So it's like boiling. It's loud as shit. It's going to be a real pain in the ass to do this. Wilson is going to be clearly ill-equipped to handle this shit. So he's coming with you as an extra pair of hands, but this is really going to be resting on your shoulders.
Excellent. Now, I still have a -2 to my agility from panicking before. So what do I need to... I need to take a few minutes and
Or have someone else snap you out of it, but no one else is doing it. So if you take 10 minutes to really steady yourself...
I think that's probably
sure
a worthwhile thing to do.
We're going to take 10 minutes to calm down a bit here?
Yeah, and each of you can remove 2 stress if you do that as well.
Excellent. I think that's important. Let's start on the right foot
Let's
here.
just get some breath.
Yeah, look, we just had a traumatic experience outside.
We just got off on the wrong foot because it's just high stress. We're, we never know what that lot think.
Right, but we are working towards the same objective. We all want to get home.
Which is which is don't die.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You get to the maintenance hatch here on Deck B, and it occurs to you, the hatch is open. This is where that fucking creature went.
Where are we on this map here? Okay.
You are at a maintenance tunnel here.
So we know that this thing went into the tunnels. Okay, well, we just want to avoid it. So let's just Seal that hatch.
Now, I suppose I have given away all of my guns like an idiot. And I'm wondering what's around in the way of a weapon. Is there another, like, fire panel with an axe kicking around, or...
I do have a kitchen knife.
You have 2 kitchen knives.
Two kitchen knives. Yeah, well, I'll keep one for myself, you know. But I can give you one.
I think I'll take it.
There you go. It's better than nothing.
The air scrubber's shaft that runs all the way through decks A, B, and C.
Okay.
We can get out at any of the
Yeah, there are ladders. Now, do you guys want to go in through this hatch, or are you going to go up through a junction up to deck A and go in through that hatch?
Well, first of all, can we seal that hatch that thing ran into, or was it...
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's seal that.
Give it a little shut there.
At least just keep it in there if it's in there.
Try to, anyway.
Try to, yeah. Why don't we go...
Well, I think we should enter at, like, the lowest point, because if the rods are at the bottom, that's where we have to interact with. We don't want to have to worry about.
So, normally what you can expect in a situation like this is at the top. That's where the maintenance is done, and you are on a platform. You may have to descend a little bit, and there are, like, chains and ladders and whatnot, but it's supposed to be metal, and a very specific kind of metal in here because of all this electrolysis, right? The bottom third of this will be completely submerged and have a bunch of metal rods sticking down into it that are sparking with electricity to fuck up the water.
So we probably don't want to be there.
So you don't want to go into the water.
Okay, so
the filters for the whole thing are in the middle section, but there's no access, so you have to come in the top.
Okay.
We don't want to get stuck in this here. Is it high enough that we should probably secure ourselves with rope or something?
Not a bad idea, but do you have rope?
Is the storage locker nearby?
Well, there was the EVA suits. I imagine there's probably, like, tethers.
Yes, there absolutely would be.
Oh, and that's a little bit of armor as well.
Well, I wasn't thinking put the suit on. I was just thinking about...
Like, there will be straps with hooks on the ends of them.
Let's go. Should we get those?
Yeah. We'll grab a handful.
We'll grab those. That's just around the corner, right?
Yeah.
As you are heading over to it, you see that Johns, with Lucas strapped to his back, is heading over to the main junction, dragging one of these EVA suits on the ground behind him. You guys pass by. He doesn't see you, but he's clearly dragging one of these EVA suits. He's also wearing one. He looks completely overloaded and stressed the fuck out.
So we'll just go get the tethers then?
Perfect.
There are a couple of tethers. Each one of them is 12 feet long.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up to deck A then?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right. When you head to the junction, you head up just in time to hear the decompression start in the airlock above you. Oh, when you get up there, and that's them heading out onto the hull.
Right.
And then you head down the corridor. When you get to the hatch here, you discover that these hatches are a little bit smaller. Your compression suits are too bulky to fit in here.
Well, I don't care for that. Can we, like, keep the helmets on?
You can, but without the compression suit, that's just having a fishbowl on your head.
We need it for the intercom, don't we? Well, I guess there's the intercom in the ship now, right?
Not in the maintenance tunnels.
So we need it to be able to speak to the rest of the team. Maybe we should keep the helmet on.
Well, yeah, let's keep the communications available.
All right, it is super bulky, which means you guys will be forced to crawl, and all mobility checks will be at a negative penalty of -3.
All right, helmets off.
Helmets off.
So you are heading in there with tethers and
Yeah.
knives.
I have a shotgun.
Oh, and you have
I need to
shotgun.
make a sling for this thing, I guess.
You can use one of the tethers to rig that
Okay.
up.
All right. So a sling. So I can put it over my back. So it'll be fast action to draw it.
Sure.
Because I'm going to need to climb.
So the air scrubbers are powered by a direct feed from the reactors. So if you're going to go deal with these filters, it's going to be best to do it before the reactors come online, when everything starts to electrolyze in there. Who's crawling in first?
I'll go first. I'm the lead.
These tunnels are small. They've got a roof and walls. It's not like a round tunnel that you're crawling through, but they are only 3 feet in either direction. And so as you are crawling through them, you can kind of crouch, but it's kind of awkward at the same time.
Right.
It's easier to crawl. You get halfway through and you see that there's another hatch there that leads to the air scrubbers. It does have a access panel beside it with a keypad, or you can swipe a key card.
Oh, you got a key pass? Try your key pass.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
You get and a red light.
Try yours.
Try mine.
Yours clicks green, and it opens up. Because for some reason, company liaison passes have not changed too much.
Okay. Well, you lead, I guess. What can I do to help you? Can I...
Keep an eye out. Make sure nothing jumps
you
out
want
at
me to
us.
stay here and overwatch or something? No,
I mean,
keep it loose.
Yeah, when I gotta get in there and start doing things,
Yeah.
that's when...
Okay.
As you enter this area, you find yourself, Captain Miller, kneeling and sitting on a grate. It's digging into your knees. It's fairly uncomfortable. And there are a number of massive metal rods that go from chamber above you that you can't see into. That goes up through like a grate, and it's hazy in there. They go down through a number of filters and plunge into water below. The filters themselves are absolutely caked with this fungus. There are other filters in a panel on the wall that say replacement filters.
Can we, like, pack up the suit and bring it in with us awkwardly? I saw that fungus pop when we walked in, and there was, like, wisps of stuff. I don't want to be breathing in fungus spores.
Yeah, that's perfectly fair.
Right?
Yep, you can head back out and go get the compression suit. It's going to cost time, but you can.
Yeah, I think that's what I want to do here.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right.
Yeah, okay.
How many suits are you bringing?
Well, I want one. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll put one on.
All right, so you guys are going to drag these suits into the tunnels with you. So it's all the way back out, grab the suits, and then drag them all the way back in.
Yeah.
When you get into the chamber, then you got to take a minute to get into the suit. So you're just ticking away at the time here. You know that elsewhere, Cham and Reed are going to turn on the reactor, right? So you are rapidly running out of time. And you are currently sitting about 10 feet above the filters. It is incredibly dusty and gross in here. Because of the way that the rolls work out, these are just heavy machinery rolls.
I have 0 into that,
Well,
but I have 4.
well, let me help you. I mean, we got flashlights or something I can hold in place and make sure you...
You can try to stabilize the strap that's
Yeah.
lowering him as well, the tether.
Yeah.
The filters are big enough that you're going to have to go up and down this for every one of the filters.
So 4 rolls here.
Yeah,
Well, luckily I'm not stressed yet.
sure.
So roll
And
number
don't-
1.
Hey, it's just, if you get this wrong, don't freak out, alright?
If I get this wrong, it'll be your turn then.
Nothing.
1 success.
1 success. You're able to scale down there. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes for you to pop out the old one, replace it with the new one, and pass it up. And this filter is absolutely caked in this fungus. There are all of these gross white pods that are on it as well, dozens of clusters on it. The filter is like 6 feet by 6 feet as you're handing it up to Wilson. There's nowhere to put it except to toss it into the access tunnel. There will be room to store these things behind the panel once all of the fresh ones are out.
Right.
But for now, you just have to toss it aside. Every time it jostles, a handful of these little pods open up, spewing these little wisps into the air. The air is getting thick and disgusting.
Alright, so we're not going to breathe that.
I'm happy with our choices so far.
Probably seal it.
That's the first one.
Let's keep going.
Time for the second one.
All right, same roll.
Same roll.
All right.
And I think you've got it.
That one's cocked. We can reroll it.
I will. That's less than ideal.
That one fails. As you were sitting there trying to move it all, and you were trying to push the old filter up for Wilson to grab, your grip slips on the fresh one, and it falls down into the water below. It is now soaked and completely fucking useless. So
Yeah, well, I'll just keep going here. Failure.
this one, when you get the filter close to it, you're gripping onto it so tightly. But in the compression suit, it's hard to tell how much pressure you're putting on it. You end up ripping it with the glove. So you pass it back up to Wilson, and then you pass up the dirty one. So you have one fresh one installed, one that's empty, and two dirty ones in there. There are 7 more of these filters.
As you do, I would just say, hey, just let's try not to damage the samples. Okay, and we don't want to be breathing this stuff in, so please just be very careful.
Great success.
See, that's better. Was it the way that I held the light?
I think it was just the encouragement, honestly, the words of
Yeah.
kindness.
You got the second filter in. The overhead lights flicker into existence.
Ooh.
It's just going to get very, very loud in here, and it becomes incredibly dangerous because electricity will be sparking around.
We got it. Okay, are there 7 more?
There are 2 more that need to happen here.
How many do we need to get going?
We need to do 2 more, and then we've got 6 replacements
All
we
right.
can use here.
Okay.
All right, so we're just gonna keep going with this.
Yep.
Going.
If at first you don't succeed,
Well, yeah.
If
Try-
at first you don't succeed, there is a spark. And every time that any skill check is failed in here, I roll damage.
ooh,
Captain Miller gets shocked straight through the leg, taking 2 points of damage.
Oh,
that's half of my damage.
You can taste copper, and every hair on your body is standing up. The comms inside the helmet have just shorted out completely, and your head is ringing. You have a stress die as well now.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Everything in here has now gotten incredibly loud, so even like the sound of you guys moving around, you can barely hear. There's very little way for you guys to communicate without pantomiming. At this point, you know that you need to hurry up because it is just going to get more and more dangerous. You can see the water below is starting to thaw from the electricity just taking chunks out of the ice.
All right.
Are you okay? Are you ready?
No, but we're doing this.
Can I get on the comms and say, hey, we're having problems in here. We're gonna need help now.
Oh, a win. That's a win.
As this happens, he's handing up one of the dirty ones,
Yeah.
and he manages to install the third one. There is no response on the comms.
It's less than ideal.
Okay.
All right.
You have to.
All right.
You're the only one that can
The
do
last one.
Yeah, he can't hear you at all. You have a stress die as well now.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
That is not a single success. You take 2 more points of damage.
That's
Which
all of
means-
my damage.
Right, but it doesn't knock you out, it doesn't kill you, it just gives you a critical injury as you get shocked again.
And
The shock that runs through your arm does so much damage to the nerves in your arm that you can no longer use it. It is a near fatal amount. You will die in 1 turn if you don't get first aid right now. You are dangling there. You see him get shocked and essentially go limp, his arm hanging. Wilson, it is up to you to decide whether or not to save Miller. But regardless, we need to replace the last air scrubber.
can he still move? He has 1 arm that's useful?
Yes, we're going to say that you have an entire turn here.
This is why Heather's.
Hey, I need you to show me how to do this, okay? And I'm gonna try against my better judgment. I'm gonna try and do this myself.
Well, you watched me do it 3 times.
Right, does that count as help?
No, for
Because
you,
showed me how to do it. Okay, no, you gotta hold the light, and you gotta hold this.
there's no
still.
communication. He can't hold 2 things because he only has 1 arm. He's also dangling 10 feet below you. And you guys are sitting here trying to communicate with each other. Now, you are still conscious, but you're a little fucked up. You just, at the end of every turn, have to roll a death roll. But again, if you fail, you get struck by more electricity, getting another critical injury. This is going to compound on you. The question is, Miller, do you need to get rescued, or are you potentially making a sacrifice play?
Oh, I don't want to do that. Can I do this? And he jumps down and tries to first aid me while I'm doing it?
Yeah, we'll let you. We didn't get into initiative here, right? So if you want to do first aid on him, you can. If you want to go into, deeper into this where you can get shocked and start making skill rolls that if you fail, you will get shocked. Or you can be a hero for the man that saved your life outside earlier.
Hey, I got him back, didn't I help you?
You did.
Yeah.
But it is your choice, Terry. What are you going to do? Because if we don't see Wilson move, it's going to be up to you to try to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna climb down towards him, get underneath him, get his good hand on, and start pushing him up. And I'm going to say, get the fuck up there, and you get doing this.
I need a stamina roll from you as you're trying to push a grown-ass man in a compression suit above your head.
Okay.
You're also getting a stress die.
Come on, motherfucker. I can't catch a goddamn break in this game. No face huggers, but no successes.
Hold on.
Yep.
Can we use story points?
Yes, story points allow you to re-roll.
Do the roll again?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yes!
Two successes.
Two successes, which means you're able to push him up there and stunt while you do it.
Okay, hardened by the experience and don't need to roll to overcome the exact same challenge in the future, which is pushing his ass up the ladders.
Yeah.
So if I have to do this again with him, I can get him up there.
Sure.
You're doing this, so get up there.
All right, so he pushes you up there, but that's not a first aid roll. So that's the end of his turn, which means you have to roll a death roll. You end up pushing him up onto the platform, and when you go up after him, you roll him over to start pantomiming to tell him what to do, and you see his eyes are open and staring off into space. He is dead.
I'm just gonna come down to his helmet like this for a second. God, no, I have to do it! And I did not want to do it. And I'm just gonna take the knife and I'm just gonna cut his tether and just let his body fall.
Right there, splash into the... It hits, and there's an explosion of wet sparks about 20 feet below you.
What do I have? Oh, I just want to make some money. I've been working my whole life, and I just wanted to make a little scratch. Okay, I gotta do this filter myself.
You gotta do this filter by yourself, which is easy enough to get down there, but you have got to replace it with a heavy machinery roll. Actually, Miller just died in front of you. You get an extra stress.
Extra stress. 2 stresses.
Yep.
I gotta do... I'm freaking out, man. I'm gonna I have the compression suit on, so I can't access my liquor.
No, you can't. You can take the helmet off if you'd like.
No, the spores have been going off.
They have been.
What happens if I don't get these air scrubbers on?
Then the oxygen in here is going to continue to get worse and worse and worse, and the crew of the Cronus will not be able to breathe. Anyone outside of compression suit. Oh, can you roll an air supply, please?
Failed.
All right, so now you only have 3 air. So you understand that you're running out of air in the compression suits. At some point, you'll all be breathing this shit. So you need the air scrubbers to get these little spores and motes out of the air.
Fuck, I gotta do it. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Oh, what can I do about this stress? Can I hold my breath and get this liquor in me? No, I just gotta...
So 2 stress.
2 stress.
2 strength.
2 strength.
And no heavy machinery. So 4 dice.
Yeah. No face hugger, but no success.
You take 2 points of damage as electricity shocks right through your system.
That's all the health I have.
Alright, well then you get to roll and find out your critical injury.
Dude.
You also take a stress.
42.
You get a shock straight through your foot, you can't run. That's the only thing that happens. You don't have any hit points, so every time you take damage is another critical injury, but it just means that you can't run anymore.
I can't do this by myself. I need somebody else to do this.
You can either abandon this and wait for someone else to come back and fail at this mission, or you can try again.
I'm gonna try again. I just need 1 more.
Yeah, this is the last one.
Motherfucker.
You took damage before, so that's 1 extra stress. You just get the face hugger, which means you've got to panic.
I'm up to 4 stress now.
You are up to 4 stress.
Because you said add 1 now?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I have to panic, of which I rolled a 5.
Plus 4 is
4.
9.
That's no good. There's no way that's good. 9 is bad.
You drop an item, whether by stress, confusion, or the realization that you're all going to die anyway. You drop a weapon or other important item, the GM decides which one. Your stress level goes up by 1, which we just did. So I'm going to be forgiving on this. You drop the filter.
Okay.
Alright, so you got to go back up and get another one and try again.
Okay, I go back up. Get another one. Try again.
And you have more stress dice now.
God. If I drink that dark liquor, how much stress will it take away from me? All of
1.
it? 1? Fuck. Oh, fuck. Survive this game. and I got 2 successes. 2 successes,
You did it.
dude.
You did it. You managed to get it in, and I will get you out of this room with that second success. That's this time. You were able to crawl back out into the maintenance shaft.
I'm just gonna take a fucking minute.
The air scrubbers are kicking on. You can hear the clunking of the machinery. The electrolysis is going on behind you. As you close the hatch, you can feel that the air is now moving in here. You can see your compression suit moving as like the wind is blowing by you, and you have successfully turned on the air.
I'm gonna stay right here. Can I just stay here for like 10 minutes?
Absolutely, you can.
How much stress will come down?
After 5 minutes, you will lose 1, and at about the 7-minute mark, you're going to hear something screech elsewhere in the tunnel.
Am I in the tunnels?
Oh yeah, you said you were just sitting there and
Oh,
relaxed.
get me out of the tunnels.
Okay. You're out of the tunnels, and it is time to head back to the bridge.
Yep, I'll go.
Hi, my name is Dave, and my character, Captain Miller, has died. I'm now taking over the NPC Albert Johns, who was the second officer on the USCSS Cronus. I'm technically in charge of the remaining crew now, but I don't want to be. I want to get out of here as quickly as possible while doing the bare minimum. I'm thirsty, it's hard to think straight, and it feels like my clothes are too tight. My personal agenda is to find a leader to follow and help them save human lives. I have no buddies, but my rival is the company agent assigned to the USCSS Cronus, Lori Clayton.
Wilson, you walk in by yourself, hair standing up, burn marks all over your compression suit. Take a deep ass breath. Clayton is nowhere to be found. You are the first one to sit down on the bridge. What would you like to do with your stress levels and everything else?
Is there something in here that will calm me down?
Well, you do have
booze,
some liquor
some
on
drugs.
you inside the compression suit.
Yeah.
For every shot, it's going to remove your stress by 1. It's also going to lower all wits-based skills by 1. Until you sober up. Like, this is going to be you probably for the rest of the episode.
I'll take 1 shot.
You sit there for about 5 minutes before Flynn walks in. Davis is not with him.
Oh, fuck. I got beef with this guy.
Flynn walks in, absolutely horrified. There's blood on his shirt, and he is carrying with him a large black duffel bag. He sits down, puts the bag down, puts his head in his hands, and just starts to cry.
I just want to say to Flynn, I know we've had our differences recently, but I just want you to know that I hope there are no hard feelings, and I just want to move the shotgun just over in front of my thigh as I say it, and make it visible to him as his head is down.
He is going to look up and just start sobbing harder. A minute later, Johns walks in, carrying, of course, Lucas on his back, strapped in. The two of them look a little fucking haggard. Lucas is in far worse shape, dripping a trail of white hydraulic fluid along the floor, barely clinging to functionality. And Johns looks traumatized. Johns looks at Flynn and Wilson and says, "Where the fuck is Clayton? We got the engines up and the comms up."
Haven't seen it, I just got back.
And he sits down and takes about 15 minutes, just the 4 of you in this room together. So remove 3 levels of stress, and finally Cham walks in, alone. Reed is not there. You look around, it is the 5 of you. Clayton is not here.
Where's Miller? And for that matter, Davis. Where's Davis?
Crew, there's something very serious that I have to inform you. Captain Miller, while executing the impressive display of bravery I've ever seen in contribution to the company, has perished in the line of duty. He was electrocuted. I tried to save him, and I tried to heave him up that ladder, so that I could perform medical care on him before changing the last filter, which I succeeded in. Sadly, Captain Miller perished before I could save him.
What happened to Davis?
I take a deep breath. There are more frightening things on this ship still afoot than electricity. I happened to get Davis. I got the things that we needed from the med lab, but Davis is very, very gone.
What happened?
Well, the med bay has pods in it where, we put people to learn what might be, wrong with them, what might be inside them, what might be growing within them. And one of those things ripped her heart out.
Did you drink?
Flynn will actually,
Yeah.
Right, this is a good time.
Yeah.
Hands shaking,
Hey.
he'll grab a...
Hey!
All right, remove 1 stress and also -1 to wits.
You're certainly fucking right about one thing. Certainly some things on this ship to be afraid of. And I take a set of dog tags out of my pocket and toss them on the mirror's table.
Johns, you will recognize that immediately as being Reed's dog tags. She is no longer with us.
Oh, that woman, my fucking life.
They got her too?
She went down swinging, but yeah. Ripped off her fucking arm and then her heart.
So, we did find another creature outside as well, with flesh head with goop on the inside. It seemed to be able to withstand space at the very least, so that's a new development. Also, I would like to point out that there's definitely been a third party involved in this, though where they are is still a mystery.
Not for fucking long, from a voice that you don't recognize. And there are 3 people now standing in the doorway of the bridge, each of them heavily armed, pointing firearms at the group of you. They're standing there in civilian clothes. There's a man, looks roughly 30, got a scruffy beard. He's pretty thin, he's got some dark features. He is sitting there with his eyes narrowed, looking at the group of you. There is blood all over Cham. There is tears running down Flynn's face. And of course, the android is just hemorrhaging hydraulic fluid. And the man kind of narrows his eyes and says, "We're going to put down all the weapons, aren't we?" The woman beside him, who looks to be roughly the same age, is sitting there holding a rifle pointed directly at Johns. But it's the kid, I don't know, 12 years old or so, in the coveralls, covered in grease, with the incinerator that is the real threat. He's narrowing his eyes and just trying to be as threatening as fucking possible.
I'm going to point my shotgun at that 12-year-old. And I'm going to say, the day that I've had, you might kill all of us, but I will take one of you with me, and it will be this one.
Cham steps away from Wilson. You don't have to kill all of us.
I'm going to stay close to somebody. I want to be right by somebody. All of this is going down.
Well, they're pointing a gun at me. I'm just hands up,
All right.
I'm waiting to see how this plays out.
I'm trying to turn around and see them, but
I
I
am
can't.
no hero.
They're going to turn to you and say, "Drop the android. We don't need synths here."
Okay.
You crash to the floor behind him. The woman holding the rifle steps in, still pointing it directly at Johns, and she says, "Okay, so what we're going to do is we're all going to take a deep breath and we're going to put down our firearms. We're going to lower ours once you lower yours, and we're going to get to the bottom of this, because if that thing is still here on the ship, we're all going to fucking die. So let's not do that, okay?"
I'll start putting it down.
Anybody else have a firearm on them? Down they go.
Okay. Fire axe too, I guess.
Yep, all weapons. Down they go.
Put my pistol down at my feet, but I want to be able to, kick it over to the android if I can.
You're able to struggle and shuffle to move, but you are on the ground.
That's
Barely
fine, because
functioning, yeah.
they asked me to put the weapon on the ground, and therefore the weapon is now on the ground, just sandwiched with me on top of it.
The man is going to speak up, and he's going to say to everyone, "Okay, so
You're clearly the crew of this ship, and we've got some questions for you for sure. But the first question is, who's looking for you? Is help coming?
Can we start with who you are? Where the fuck did you come from?
I'll answer all the questions, but I need to know what this is, because you're sitting here talking about getting torn to bits, and we've got all sorts of fucked up situation from what we heard on the other side of the door. So real quick, who are you? What's the situation? And as he's speaking, suddenly the ship starts moving. You can hear the engine start to fire up. And then he's going to interrupt himself and go, and where are we going?
Okay. What is clearly obvious is that nobody in this room knows the answer to any of these questions. Or certainly not the last one. I don't know where we're going. We kind of all work together, and then some of us tried to help some of the others. Now you've showed up asking us these questions. We don't know who you are. I don't know who's driving this ship right now.
In fairness, with nobody at the helm and nobody looking at navigation, we could literally be going in any direction.
I don't think anybody's coming to save us, to be honest with you.
Did you stop sending that distress signal that we heard?
Cham's going to take a step forward. This whole situation is fucked. And frankly, if you also answered some kind of distress signal, you're in the same boat that at least half of us are.
When you say that, he looks over his shoulder at the other two, and boy, he's just sitting there totally focused on this incinerator and being as threatening as possible.
Sure.
But the woman looks at him and kind of shrugs, and, as if, he's got a point. They lower their guns a little bit. The incinerator does not lower. And the woman says, okay, look, we fixed this ship and we're moving. We need to barricade ourselves in the bridge until we can get to wherever it is that we're going. I'm assuming we're close to a planet?
Not really.
What woke you guys up if we're not near a planet?
So let's start from the beginning, I guess.
Okay.
Myself,
Yep.
Wilson, the synthetic, and I that answered the distress call for this ship. We showed up, turned on the power, and got Johns and Flynn out of cryosleep, along with the rest of their crew, 2 of which are dead. Our captain is also apparently now dead. Their security officer is now dead.
He's definitely dead. He's not apparently dead. He's definitely dead.
And we've also lost our pilot from our original ship. So we're down a couple people already.
Okay, can we just not get to your fucking ship then?
It's gone.
Oh,
it blew up.
It blew the fuck up.
He's going to turn around and say to the other two, what the literal fuck is going on here? We heard the distress signal. We showed up. What's the date today?
October 3rd, 2183.
Okay, so we've been sleeping for a few months then at this point. It's a little hazy, but we're coming back to it pretty quick. As he swallows hard, you recognize that he's suffering from dehydration because he just came out of cryosleep. The other two are as well, and that kid is looking through you and not at you as he's barely keeping his shit together. We heard the distress signal first. We came, we brought all of our crew on board to try to salvage what we could and see if there was anybody that we could help. He's not wearing any uniforms. These are privateers. And he shrugs and says, okay, so there's something in the air here. And there was a creature. It came bursting out of my chief engineer.
Yeah, we've seen that too.
One of our crew made it back to our ship, shot the plasma cannon at our umbilical to kill the thing that was gonna get to our ship. There was some sort of catastrophic failure and our ship spiraled out. We watched it explode in the distance. So we just hijacked one of the cryopods, lay down in the beds there, waiting to get rescued. We woke up here 3 hours ago. Heard you guys stomping around, thinking that you were going to come rescue us, and you didn't. So we're assuming then that there's no help coming, and there's no plan?
We're the help.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's definitely more than one creature now. I'm kind of in my seat, just there's more than one.
Okay.
And they look at each other and step forward, and the man kind of lowers his gun, drops it. He turns back and goes, me and my security here, and my mechanic, and he points actually at the 12-year-old when he says mechanic.
I raise an eyebrow at that, but don't interrupt.
We're here. We are from a ship that is not here. You can see he's trying to put it together in his head. You're here from a ship that isn't here. We only have this ship. What is stopping us from getting back in cryo and just waiting?
A desire not to end up in the situation a third time, perhaps? So, something that I haven't had a chance to talk about yet since I found Ava. Reed and I did. The onboard synth.
Oh.
I sent her up here to meet with the company agent for this ship, who was supposed to be here, and I look around the room, clearly isn't anymore.
That's a good question. Where is Clayton?
Would Mother know? I could ask Mother.
Would Mother tell you?
I have access.
Are you all Weyland-Yutani?
Yeah.
Okay. We're in a bit of a pickle here, because we don't want to be incarcerated after this, so we're going to have to get our story straight before we go even into cryo sleep. How we all know each other, and we are your guests on this ship, do you understand?
Yeah.
We're going to help you get off this ship, we're working together. Okay? But we're keeping the guns, because we don't fucking know you.
Oh! We can work together, but we have a right to defend ourselves.
You can keep your knives, you can keep your axe, you can even keep your synth, I don't give a fuck. But you are not firing those weapons or holding on to them anytime I turn my back.
You don't think that the situation warrants more guns in more hands?
As far as I've run into, my ship was destroyed because of a human overreacting. I don't really need any more of that shit. I don't need that guy, and he points over at Flynn, with an itchy trigger finger. I don't need a bleeding out android who decides that enough is enough, it's time that humans are their own disease. I'm not fucking with this. So,
I mean, I do have safeguards in place to prevent me from injuring anybody.
Look, what's this guy's name? What's your name?
I'm Captain Balaji.
Balaji, my name is John J. Wilson. You can call me John. I am a loyal servant to Weyland-Yutani Corporation, and you have my word that there will be no funny business. There will be an alliance between us. Everybody here just wants to get out of this situation alive. Flynn will not be operating or in charge of any weapons. Flynn, I imagine you don't want to be around any weapons. Is that correct?
No, thank you.
Absolutely. So Flynn doesn't need to do this. Cham has proven himself to be a person of great integrity and value, and I think should be allowed to be armed to protect us, to protect all of us. Captain Johns has been an exemplary soldier in this regard, and should also be armed. The android, you don't want to be around any weapons.
I mean, by definition, a compromise is only really a compromise when all parties are unhappy. It would make the most sense for me to be holding all the weapons.
Right, okay, well, that's not happening, so just forget that he said that part. Remember everything that I said up until then, but just forget that bit. And, but what I want to know is, what is it going to take for you to get us to that point?
The kid begins to scream. Blood comes pouring out of his mouth as a giant spike comes out his chest. It continues to push out, and you see a long, bony, white, fleshy part behind this spike pushing further and further out, and that's when there is a hiss. And a 2-meter tall, gangly biped steps forward with an elongated head, no eyes, nose, or ears, and a large mouth that hisses. It opens up its jaws wide, and you see the inside of the mouth suddenly shoot out and grab the top of the kid's head, pulling that kid's head into its mouth, and you hear a wet, sickening crunch. The incinerator hits the ground. Let's pull initiative.
There's no way out.
The woman standing beside him screams and just unloads. It, however, has armor. You can see that she hits it, but the round hits at a strange angle and just bounces off this hard carapace. It's not flesh, it's quite shiny, and it looks like it's very hard as well. This thing is standing in the doorway, which means it is in short range with everybody. There are firearms and weapons on the floor. Flynn, you're up next. What would you like to do?
I'm going to grab Johnson's gun that was on the floor.
It is the pistol. You move over and grab it, but moving across this space and then picking it up is 2 fast actions, so you're done.
Got it.
Okay, who's got 3?
Me.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to pick up my own gun, I want to see if I can get in this hatch right here. I want to get out of this room.
All right, you picked it up and you've moved over to the hatch you are engaged with. It's that bang bang. That's your turn.
Okay.
I am going to run over and pick up that incinerator.
You move and you pick it up. That is your turn. Lucas, what would you like to do?
I'm going to slow action crawl away and fast action draw the magnum as I'm kind of crawling away, trying to get to a place where I can advantageously kind of prop myself up.
Captain Balaji, he raises his firearm and he shoots. So he rolled 1 success, but again it glances off the armor of this creature in front of you. He is going to use a fast action to move back over to where Wilson is clearly trying to escape, but he's got his back to you. He's just seeing that there's another way off the bridge, and he's essentially covering you as you're trying to pop this hatch open.
Okay.
That brings us to the creature. It moves closer to the woman, and it attacks. It lunges forward, its jaws opening wide, then they close around her throat, ripping out her jugular. She is still alive for a turn, unless someone can get first aid on her. She falls back, clutching her throat, landing prone.
Cham's gonna scoop the fire axe, and can I move into engage?
All right, the alien again, it sees that you have come right up to it, so it's going to roll. And it is going to take a chunk out of your jugular, at least it's going to try. It's damage 1 plus the other success, which means it's damage 2. Mm-hmm. If it causes damage, it automatically inflicts critical injury 61, which means that your jugular has been ruptured. In 1 round, so sometime in the next 5 minutes, you will have to make a death roll to find out if you bleed out or die. If someone gives you first aid in the meantime, you may be able to stop this.
And I am prone.
Yes,
Okay.
you are on the ground. One is the woman, she is on the ground. She can still act, so she's going to stand up, and she shoots it with the rifle. The rifle does tunnel all the way through with this round, spewing acid on the door frame behind it, and not on either of you. She is going to then hold her fast action to block if she can.
So watching all of this go down, all of a sudden, like crap, this is not what I do. Like looks at the gun and like throws it towards John's. Like not what I do. And scurries across the floor to Cham, and I'm gonna get ready to administer a medical kit. But I'm assuming that was fast action to cross.
Fast action to run over, to cross.
And slow action to do a medical.
Yep, first aid check.
Yep.
You have med kits too.
+2, right?
Yeah.
For that? 8 plus my 2, and 1 stressy. 1 success.
You are able to just clamp down a compression, like right on his neck, and you can feel that there's a sort of like inflation of the gauze itself as it attaches to your skin and holds everything in place, so you don't have to apply pressure. It's going to be difficult to speak, and your stamina is at -1.
So I want to get into that tunnel.
You have gotten over there and pulled the hatch off.
Hatch off. Then I'm crawling into this thing. Just in there for now, because I want to stay within close range of these guys. I want to be close to these guys, but I want to be out of line of sight of the creature.
I am going to unleash the incinerator. So that is a ranged combat, right?
You squeeze it, it lights up, and then sputters for a moment. It got jostled, there was air in it, and it didn't work for you.
Well, then I would like to take a couple of steps back.
All right. You're just deeper in the room now.
Moving is a slow action, so is shooting my weapon. At this point, self-preservation is really fucking key, and there's a lot of people that are in there, so I'm going to move and find cover.
Are you moving towards where they're hiding in the hatch, or are you just ducking behind one of the stations on the bridge?
I'll duck behind one of the stations of the bridge.
Which station?
I'll just hide behind the hollow table.
Okay, right in the middle. The slag where the hollow table used to be, but there's still enough of a podium there that you're able to stay behind it.
That brings us to Captain Balaji, who sees Wilson duck out, and he takes a deep breath, and he says, Pin, I'm sorry, I love you, and ducks into the thing, leaving her.
He followed me.
He followed you. Cham, you are still the closest. The neomorph takes its razor-sharp tail and slams it into your chest. If I end up doing damage, this is fatal.
Can I block?
You can try.
I block 1.
That is enough to stop taking damage on this. That is now your turn.
Now I only have a slow action. What are the rules of close combat from the ground? Can I swing my axe from the ground?
Sorry.
Oh, you need to be standing on your feet.
Yes.
If you are prone, you must first spend a fast action to get up before you can attack.
So you can stand, and that's about it.
I could just hang out and block. It's worked before.
Which brings us to its turn. It is just going to roll to get you.
Yep.
It's going for another broke bite.
Love those. No, that's bad.
Oh.
Cham, I'm sorry to have wasted your time. It misses. So it's back to the top of the initiative. That is her. She is retreating, grabbing her neck, and trying to fire with the rifle with one hand. It's awkward as fuck, and she's going to have a -2 on that. Again, it bounces off of this thing's armor.
Flynn's gonna see her retreating, and then I'll kind of crawl across the floor again towards her, pull out another med pack, and they'll be like, be brave, be brave, be brave, be brave. Okay, we're all in this together, and then I'm gonna try and do another med kit on her jugular.
Let's roll first aid.
Woo!
Who got in there with me?
Balaji.
Do you have any weapons?
He's got a pistol in his hand, and he's like crouching down in here in just a really awkward, like crouch walk, almost like crab walk through here.
Yeah.
Kind of looking over his shoulder. He glanced at you and saw you, but his back is to you because he's watching the hatch.
His back's to me. I'm gonna push the shotgun against the back of his head. I'm gonna say, you get out there and you kill that thing right now.
Manipulation, I will give you a +3 because you have a shotgun to the back of a man's head.
Come on, then.
He just kind of stops for a moment and goes, Listen. Hold on, we can work something out.
Yeah,
John's.
I'm gonna torch it.
Torch it.
Yeah.
You immediately take 1 stress and roll a panic.
6 panic.
You're okay. You're able to keep it together for now. But you miss. Is there anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
Move a little further away.
Okay. You are hiding behind the table with a gun drawn.
I would like to fire at the creature.
Yep.
And then go back.
Alright, how much damage do you do if you manage to get through the armor?
2.
Balaji is going to kind of look over his shoulder with his hands in the air. In his right hand is still his pistol. He's like, hey, we can work something out. This will be fine. And he's going to spin and fire.
Motherfucker!
It shoots over your shoulder. And he says, that was a warning shot.
Oh, you're so fucked. You're so fucked right now.
There is gunfire coming from within the hatch now. The creature is still engaged with Cham. How many did you block? 3? That's fantastic. That is enough. What weapon are you using to...
The fucking axe.
The jaws are just working away, splintering this handle. It's still intact, but it is gnawing away at it as it's hissing and screeching at you. Everyone's firing at it. It is your turn. You're able to get the axe out of its jaws. You're still prone. What do you want to do?
My life has not changed, so I'm going to continue to lay here and prepare to block the next thing that comes in my face.
Which is going to be it again. It kind of takes a half step back and then jumps on top of you to pin you down. You were able to block again. So back around to the woman. She's going to turn to Flynn and say, thank you. And then hear the gunfire in the hatch. And she's just going to move over to it and close the fucking hatch. He left her.
Close the hatch that I'm in?
Yeah.
Is it dark in there?
Yeah.
But I have my helmet on, right? With my light?
You do, but it's cramped in here. You are crawling, and there's just your helmet light, and that's all.
So he's lit up for me,
Yeah.
but I would be dark for him.
Well, I mean, your shotgun, which is in the beam of light, is
Sure.
going to be visible. Your gloves are going to be visible.
I know.
So with her thanking me, I feel like I would still run and duck for cover at this point and just like hope shit turns out okay.
You can see from your angle that Lucas is holed up behind the holodeck table.
Okay. I'm gonna go to my Lucas with my black duffel bag in tow and just like tuck in right beside it.
Who's got 3?
Me.
Let's do it.
Shoot that motherfucker in the face.
Let's do it.
No, because fuck him.
He just shot at you, by the way. I want you to have another stress die.
I'm gonna blast that guy's fucking head up. Yes. 1 success.
What's the damage on a shotgun?
3.
You manage to pull the trigger on this, and his head explodes in a red mist.
Fucking right it does.
And you now see that his firearm, which is the pistol, lands on the floor in front of you.
I'm gonna take it. I just want to check the magazine. How many rounds are in it as well?
It's only missing 1.
Nice.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can I move deeper into the tunnel here?
Yeah, you can. You can just crawl.
I just want to crawl. It's basically, as far as you'll allow me to go in this turn, I'm going to try and get to the other side of the room. This is what I'm trying to do, is come around.
You can hear the firefight going on, like, in the distance now. Incinerator!
Alright. Come on! It is not a face hugger.
Bad. You just
There's no
didn't succeed.
panic involved. Do you want to push it?
Ooh, run that by me again?
You take 1 stress and you get to roll anything that is not a target.
Yeah.
Because you didn't roll a face hugger, you can push.
But I have to roll another stress because
Yeah.
I got another stress.
Because you just got that one.
Oh, fuck it, in for a penny.
Take another stress and roll panic.
I'm gonna fucking die.
4 plus 4 is 8.
You start to get a tremble. All skill rolls using agility suffer -2 modification until your panic
Oh,
stops.
you mean ranged combat? Okay.
That's up to now Lucas.
Is going to turn and fire on the creature. Duck back behind the cover.
Cham, here we go again.
Yeah. We're all friends. Only 1 this time.
Again, it stands up and leaps directly onto you. This one punches through.
Damn it.
If the attack is successful, the victim makes an immediate panic roll.
Okay. 4.
However, it immediately gets to make another attack because it is on top of you. 3 more points of damage.
Well, that will be 0 for me.
So roll critical injury.
Yep. 16.
You're going to get a concussion. Your mobility is -2. It is your turn, though.
Okay. Now, I guess now I have my full set of actions.
That's right.
I think I'm just going to stand up and I'm just going to fucking give her.
Yeah.
Because I think at this point, I either kill this thing or it kills me. A fast action stand, and then slow action, I am going to swing this frickin' axe with all of my might and pray. Facehugger.
This is a nervous twitch. Your stress level and the stress level of any friendly PCs in short range of you increases by 1. It's going to attack again because it's on top of you. It's going for the throat bite again. That is 2 successes. Which means it's just ripping your throat. It just pulled the bandage off.
Got it.
Again. That is its turn, which brings us to the top of the initiative. She has now closed the hatch. There was a big shotgun blast. She just grins and turns around and points her rifle at the alien as well. And she shoots it, and acid sprays back away from you.
I'm going to kind of like half stand up, just to peek over, start towards John's. I'm going to do a give order. of kill the fucking thing, and then roll 3 success.
Mm-hmm.
And then for every success you roll, they get +1 modification to the roll when carrying out the order you gave. So you get +3 to your next fire.
I'm going to Overwatch. If that creature comes in sight of me, I'll shoot it.
Okay, Johns.
I will shoot it. Yeah, so
That's a lot of dice, but a lot of them are yellow.
Yeah.
Panic roll. And increase your stress.
9.
That brings us around to Lucas.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Shoot it.
4 dice. I don't shoot it. I go back to cover.
It is going to understand that it has been shot a number of times. You guys are still firing at it, and despite the bloodlust in its eyes, it's done some damage. It is going to turn and flee. It turns around and disappears back into the corridor. You hear from the tunnels one of the other hatches slams open. And there's a skittering noise and some hissing and screeching, but nothing comes into view, and it seems to be moving further away from you. Cham.
I am going to stand up and I'm going to hit the door pad to close it. And then I'm going to collapse on the floor.
Cham is sitting there clutching his throat. The woman looks around at the 3 other humans in here and says, "Holy shit. Is that what you guys have been fighting this whole time? Christ. Okay, so how are we getting the fuck off of this ship?"
I'll come around from my hidey hole and make my way back to you. Medkit the shit out of you again.
Cham, +3 hit points.
I'm gonna crawl out from behind the hollow, and I'm gonna mention we still have the corporate escape shuttle that holds 8.
The woman turns and looks at you and goes, "The fucking what?"
The corporate escape shuttle that holds 8.
Well, why the fuck are we standing on the bridge?
Do we have the code?
Drop the hatch and crawl out, but as I see them, I'm going to act like super tactical, like aim back into the hatch and say, "Tried to clear us an escape route. One attack Balaji. He didn't make it, but I got a shot off. How are we looking?"
How can I detect him lying?
Manipulation versus manipulation.
I don't have any manipulation.
You two narrow your eyes at each other, but it is a stalemate. There's no progress made about whether or not you're telling the truth, but there's no progress made about whether or not you are lying either, so here we are. You now have this woman standing there and she says, "Okay, so my name is Pinion, you can call me Pin, and I'm going to make sure that we all get out of this alive. Is there anyone else on the ship?"
Clayton.
Ava's on the ship too.
Do we like Ava?
I don't fucking know.
Who knows Ava? Who met Ava? Anybody?
Both Johns and Flynn, you remember her being incredibly helpful synthetic?
Okay, where are we headed? But we don't have any faster than light drive.
That's correct.
So how long would it take us to get to the nearest body of anything?
Well, you said you had access to Mother, right?
That's right.
You could ask Mother where we're going, right?
I
Right?
should go and consult with Mother.
That would be great.
I will do that. I'm going to need an escort.
I'd just like to point out that it's pointless without FTL.
We can learn. Mother can help us. We can learn things, positions of things. We can. Any questions we have, we're more likely to get an answer if we use Mother.
And this escape pod that you're speaking of, does it have cryogenics, or is it just we'd be floating in space until we run out of air?
You can be pretty damn sure that if it's in a corporate suite, there might be a cryo bed.
The 8-person escape pod was in the corporate suite.
Yeah.
And the corporate suite is where?
It's just down the hallway.
And where's the Mother room?
Up on deck A. Just directly above the bridge.
I'm going to say, everybody stay here. I think I can get to the Mother room and speak to Mother, but there's no point risking everybody else. Stay here. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll be back.
I'd like to roll against that. It's not my forte, but from what I've seen of you so far, that seems very unlikely.
So, what kind of shit can he get up to going to talk to Mother? Also, it's a lot of energy to sit there and have this argument, and you've been bleeding from the neck twice in the last 3 minutes, so you can narrow your eyes, but you know when you just hit your fucking limit and you're exhausted, like, is this fucking worth it?
Yes.
I want to head out of the room. seal the bridge door behind me. And I want to make my way to the corporate suite. The escape pods. I want to try my keycard on it. And I want to release the escape pod.
You head down the hallway and get to the corporate suite. The door is closed. Your keycard does not open the corporate suite. Now that the power is back up, it looks like it has been recoded.
Would I know, just from working on these ships, if I use a shotgun blast on this lock, is that likely to get me in here?
It's likely to destroy the electronics and the electricity going to it that's keeping it closed, at which point you'd be able to pry it open, but you would need some strength and a tool to do it. Like, yes, it'll get you through, but it's an intensive process. And they will hear your shotgun.
I'm going to run back to the bridge. There's at least one more out here. The way to Mother's blocked. We need to think of something else or go together.
It is at this point that the intercom comes on in the bridge, and you hear, "Excuse me, everyone. Clayton requires your attention and attendance down on the vehicle deck. We have a way out. We can escape. But you must come now. We will not be waiting."
That's a distance away.
Okay, what have we got for weapons and stuff that we haven't picked up?
I think we picked up all of the stuff except the incinerator still on the ground.
Pulse rifle's also on the ground.
I'm gonna walk up to Pinion, and I'm gonna take out one of the hydrates from my bag.
Oh, thank God. And she's going to grab it and just chug it down.
Who's going to take this incinerator?
I will not, so I will grab the pulse rifle.
Okay, incinerator up for grabs. Who wants it?
Who's going to carry this synthetic?
They can go on without me. They're fleshy, I'm not.
Right, shut up. Get over here.
Flynn, this is real easy to use. Okay? This is not difficult. This is point and shoot.
Wilson is handing you the incinerator.
That's all you. That's all you, champ. Stay close to me. I will take care of you. Are we ready?
I would like to remind you that he handed you an incinerator. He did try to kick you off the ship outside.
No, this is me showing that I'm making amends, and we already came to that agreement, remember?
So, manipulation check to see if you believe him.
Two successes. Oh, you're good at this as well. 2 successes.
1, 2 successes.
Ty.
If I push it, I can choose what dice I reroll.
Yep. And you gain a stress.
Okay, I'm gonna push.
Oh.
Here's the thing, I can push twice.
Oh, it is your fucking
You can
thing.
push twice?
Yeah, that's her talent.
I can't handle it.
No!
He handed you an incinerator as a peace offering, and you realize that this is absolutely a fucking manipulation.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? Are you going to take it?
I will take it, and I will point it at you.
Okay. I'm going to have my shotgun pointed at you if that's what we're going to do.
One wrong move, big guy. One wrong move. You're first.
I have to go first?
Mm-hmm.
Look. But I'm staying close to you. I'll take point, I guess.
Alright, which way are you going? You're on deck B.
As we're about to leave, I just grab my rosary and just silently pray for all of our safety.
You can remove 1 stress.
Okay, what's the best way to get down here?
It was the living area that we couldn't cross.
And the mess hall as well is absolutely gone. You cannot cross deck B. So you would have to move across deck A or across deck C.
The best way to go down to C and then go down across the catwalk and then down.
The elevators also go all the way down.
Flynn and Johns know that there is no junction that heads down to the vehicle deck. The only way down there is a platform on a winch off the catwalk or down the elevators.
Okay.
Let's go to the catwalk because then we get top cover to see what's going on in there. Because we'll be above looking down.
Winch is a slow way to get down into the cold. Somebody's got to control it as well, which means somebody stays behind.
We can still use the elevators if we need to, but it's just I think we should get the best vantage point and see what's happening in the vehicle bay. Okay. We're gonna head down this junction then so that we can get to this catwalk.
From junction B1 to C1?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those of you that have not done this before, let me walk you through it. You have all been through the junction of B1, but getting down to junction C1, this room is like the ones that are above you with those junctions as well. You can see the multiple doors in here, and you know which direction you're heading. You're heading aftward into the corridor.
The corridors here are pretty nondescript. They're pretty straightforward. You are passing storage areas, and you are heading further back towards the catwalk. Cham, did you leave the door to the catwalk open?
Almost certainly.
It is now closed. When you get to the door, it hisses open. Who's the first one through?
Yeah. Well, before I step through, I want to allow it to open, then get a good look at the room.
It opens up. It is not bright in here, but it's not dark either. It's just like dim lights that are flickering on the lower level. The catwalk is kind of cast in shadow.
Yeah.
The corridors open up onto a catwalk that runs the length of the wall here and also has a long section that stretches out over the middle of the massive open space above the vehicle deck 50 feet below. You can see that the catwalk has tall railings around most of it. As you survey the room, you see the graded catwalk follows this wall to either side of the ship, passing large bay doors that are clearly meant for cargo storage. At either end, there is an elevator. The starboard elevator sits next to a platform that is chained to an overhead motorized winch. There are up, down, and lock buttons on the wall beside the platform. The catwalk here doesn't have a railing, but the grating on the floor has been painted yellow. The platform there is dangling about 3 feet below the edge of the catwalk. The elevator is sealed shut by blast doors. As I mentioned, the port side also has an elevator past a large bay door, and the catwalk continues to follow the perimeter of the room until it meets a small operations cabin with a large window that looks out over the area. There's a large crane mounted on the ceiling, and you can assume that it's operated from this room. I said that the catwalk stretches out over this empty space below, but doesn't just span the distance, it also dangles and shifts, suspended by thick cables, and it rests snugly against the balcony on the other side, and there's a safety gate there as well. Beyond the safety gate, there are 3 large bulkhead doors. The balcony is covered in origami animals, but some have fallen down to the mostly empty vehicle deck below. That's what you see.
Who's right behind me?
That'd be Flynn.
Yeah.
Carrying the incinerator pointed at you.
I'm going to step through the doors and then step sideways off to the right, out of view, and then turn back along the wall and point my gun at the doorway.
Flynn, you step through next and get a gun pointed at your head.
Let's just drop it right there. No more games.
I'm just gonna turn this in and point it right at you.
So that means I get to fire because I was Overwatch. 2 successes. Flynn, I didn't want to kill you.
So shotgun is 3 plus 1 for the others, so 4 damage.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
For ranged combat, can I use the not give 4 damage, but use that additional die for a stun?
Oh, absolutely.
That's one of them here. Your target drops a weapon or another handheld object, so to make you drop the incinerator.
I mean, that checks out.
This is technically just you dropping to 0 hit points and taking a critical injury.
Okay. 21.
You shoot, but it's scatter shot here, and
Right.
Flynn ducks at the same time. You obliterate his ear. Okay. This is not fatal. Your observation is -2 from now on. Before we roll initiative, Ava comes on the intercom again. Please everybody calm down and move down to the vehicle deck. We are running out of time. You guys can choose. Are we rolling into initiative because Wilson just shot Flynn in the side of the head?
Yes.
I think so.
Pinion is going to freeze and overwatch for whatever comes around that corner, right?
Right.
And she doesn't know if Wilson tried to shoot something else and missed, so she just drops into overwatch and starts screaming, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!"
I'm going to move into the room, but instead of turning to face Wilson, I'm going to turn away from him and kneel, and I'm going to shout at Rye, "Shoot him! Shoot him now!" as a command. Damn it.
You tremble. You start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls using agility suffer a -2
Yep.
modification until your panic stops.
That's fine.
All right. That brings us to,
They're trying to fucking kill me.
apparently,
Okay, so, I'm gonna...
you just heard Pinion screaming, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" Cham runs in, kneels away from you, so Lucas is facing you, and he screams, "Kill him! Kill him!"
And he means me, right? I'm gonna run down this catwalk here to get away from the danger.
There's an elevator directly in front of you, and there is the office.
I will shoot the incinerator canister.
On the ground?
Yes.
I'm going to give it 1 armor.
1 success.
1 success.
Then the armor. Nope. So he shoots the incinerator and it blows up. Flynn, Cham, and Lucas are all out there on the catwalk.
Yep.
You will be rolling mobility to try to get away from this.
Okay.
Lucas, you have a -4 modifier. Johns, you have cover, +2 modifier, and so does Pinion. And then I'm going to roll damage to see how much this fucking hurts. Just keep in mind how many successes you have. Every 6 is a fire damage.
1, that's better, right?
1. Alright, so that is 1 damage for Flynn.
That does take me back down.
Alright, so that is a critical injury for you.
1 damage.
That is 1 damage for Lucas.
That's a critical injury.
So Lucas is offline. Cham is fine, and John, you took 1.
32 for critical on Flynn.
You were standing right there, essentially over top of this. Lucas immediately is offline, hydraulic fluid everywhere. But the thing explodes, you take a crotch hit. You take 1 point of damage every time you roll for mobility or close combat.
What are the mechanics again for healing myself?
It is a -2 modifier, and you can try to heal yourself.
Even with a medical kit?
Well, the medical kit will give you +2, and then
So-
it is -2, so it's a straight roll.
Straight roll of just regular medical aid.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're still in initiative.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
That
for
was initiative
reference.
6. Initiative 7, Lucas, you're offline. Initiative 8.
Oh, I'm gonna try and patch my nutsack up.
Yeah, you gain a nervous twitch, and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increases by 1. Pinion and Johns are not within short range because they're in the zone behind, so it's only Cham. Is there anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
Nope. Sorry, that would have been a slow action.
Yes.
Can I fast action, like crawl further down the catwalk?
Crawl is slow,
Okay.
but you didn't technically get knocked down. Then you can run down the catwalk.
Sure, I'll do that. I will run away towards the other elevator.
That brings us to Johns.
This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I was with you for a minute here, but now I'm gonna walk out and shoot at you.
I didn't start this, though.
You just lit me on fire.
Alright, so nothing happens.
True. I shoot and miss.
That brings us around to initiative count 1, but the earliest one is 2, so that's Pinion.
Hi, my name is Sean, and my character, Lucas, has suffered a critical system shutdown. I am now taking over the NPC Pinion, who is now the last survivor of the illegal salvage ship known as the Sotillo. I was prepared to follow my captain and lover, no matter what, but he tried to abandon me and leave me to die. Now my only focus is getting off this ship alive and getting back to safety. I guess these fucking people are my only way out now.
Where am I in relation to him?
You are in the hallway. He is down the catwalk towards the elevator.
So I step out into the catwalk, and
You don't even need to. You just need to get, see around Johns and shoot.
that sounds perfect.
Roll the hit.
All right. 1, 2. Yeah, I would like you to drop your weapon.
Okay, so it's 2 points of damage, and you drop your weapon.
Okay, so that's all of my health points.
Alright, critical injury.
25.
You get shot right in the thigh. To run becomes a slow action now. But that's it. And take a stress die as well.
Alright.
Cham, you got a bunch of dead weight on your back now.
Yeah, I guess I'm not going to leave him. I'm going to stand up, and since I'm facing this way anyways, I'm going to head to the controls for the winch and get ready to operate them to help people off. Yeah, I think that's my whole action.
So you ran over to the winch?
Yep. So I'm going to bring it up to level with...
Sure, I'll let you do that.
Okay,
in your turn.
so that's my turn then.
So that brings us to Wilson. You are standing between the elevator and the office there. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna open the elevator.
So you hit the button?
Yeah.
Alright, and the elevator doors open.
I'm gonna run in and duck around the side. If I've used my fast action so I can't operate the elevator, the doors will close.
So, no, you gotta close them on your next turn.
Okay.
That brings us to Flynn.
I'm to the other elevator is where I'm running. So
That elevator has blast doors that are sealing it closed. It cannot work. However, Cham is right there by the winch if you're trying to get down to the vehicle
yeah.
deck.
So I'll hop on whatever the platform and then just I guess wait for him to winch it down.
He already hit the button to bring the platform all the way up.
Yeah.
So you can run on and then whatever you want to do with the rest of your turn.
Well, it's like, so is it a button that you press and then it goes down, or you have to hold the button for it to go down?
You don't have to hold the button.
So as I'm running past Cham,
Yeah.
can I not hit the button, it starts going down, and then hop on and start going down immediately?
Sure, you can. He just brought it up for everyone else to get on.
I am running away from the man
All right,
who's firing
cool.
at me.
You manage to get on it. As you hit the button, it's going to go down about 5 feet. It's relatively slow. Johns,
I'd like to take another shot and then run over to the lowering platform.
you don't have a clear shot at him because he is behind cover now. He's in the elevator.
Okay. In an elevator, like door closed kind of thing?
Nope, in an elevator, door open.
But there's like a corner.
Yeah, he's kind of ducked around the control panel.
Yeah, but like a nice convenient corner I can lob a grenade out of my grenade launcher into?
Yes, absolutely.
From your what?
So the grenade launcher attached to this has smoke grenades and flash grenades and electronic G2 electroshock grenades.
Why the fuck would there be a grenade launcher on a spaceship? Why is that there? That seems like an irresponsible weapon to have.
Yes, it does.
So does the electric one disable the elevator?
Yep, you can hit him with a frag grenade. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Well, that was fun while it lasted.
Johns runs over and jumps on. Did Pinion go jump on as well?
No,
No.
not as of yet.
Pinion, it is your turn.
The elevator doors still aren't closed,
That's correct.
and I can fire a grenade at it. Two successes. Now, remember, this grenade is specifically the electric grenade, specifically to disable the elevator.
Trying to get this ship back to make money to pay for my sick daughter's medication.
These grenades are called electronic ball breakers. When deployed, they propel themselves about 3 feet off the ground before releasing a mega voltage electric pulse. The usually non-lethal shock is still strong enough to freeze a person's central nervous system. All humans in the target zone must make a hard stamina roll. So you just roll stamina with nothing else, no stress or anything else, but you have -2. This doesn't count as an action. Otherwise, you're just stunned for a round. You see the grenade come in and are able to turn and huddle in the corner as it goes off. You get a terrible shock, but you've been shocked before in the last 2 hours, so you're kind of expecting this. The elevator shakes and stops, and all the lights go out in it. You hear it groaning a little bit. It drops an inch and then stops.
An inch?
Yeah, but it's likely that it is no longer functioning.
Fucking hell. Okay.
That was a slow act. Fast action, I would like to take cover.
Where? There's a lowering lift, and there is essentially the railing. There's not a whole lot of cover up here. You're on a catwalk.
Join us on the lowering lift.
The lift is literally the only way down.
Okay, yeah. I'll fall back to the lift then.
So, Pin, you end up running onto the lift as well, jumping down like the 5 feet down there and landing kind of hard. Is everyone else on the lift as it's going down? No, Cham isn't. But it is your turn.
It's my turn now.
Yeah.
Cham is going to turn away from the panel, couch the axe, and start to walk towards the elevator.
All right, holding the axe?
Holding the axe.
All right, so your movement
Yeah.
is your fast action. It's technically a run because you're not crawling.
Right.
So you can get to the elevator.
Okay, I get to the elevator, and I look down.
You see him, like, cowering in the corner.
Yeah. Wilson. I can't prove shit.
The old chum.
But it's been my entire job to get these people home.
Down, mate.
I get the feeling you worked against him on that every step of the way.
Okay, you're not going to engage. You're just blocking his way.
I'm just blocking his way. He's going to have to go through me if he wants to get out.
Okay.
I'm basically just buying time for the lift to get down. And as I'm standing there above you, I sort of wince and rub the side of my face. This is the end of the road for you.
After initiative count 3 is initiative count 6. Wilson, you have the opportunity to respond. You are standing right there. He's essentially got an axe pulled back, but he's not within engaged range.
I'm sorry, Cham. Times are hard and friends are few. And I'm going to pull out my pistol and say, and you're not a friend. And I'm going to shoot him.
Oh, yeah, you got me.
2 of mine,
Those were
2
yours.
successes.
So he shoots. You've got to kind of like duck back a little bit behind the open door.
Yep.
And do a panic roll.
Okay. That's going to be a lot. 14.
Come on. Come on.
You go berserk. You must immediately attack the nearest person or creature, friendly or not. You will not stop until the target is broken. So, you step into the elevator, you take the damage that he hit you with,
do.
and now you get to make an immediate attack roll. You super hit.
4 hits.
5 total damage. Does that drop you to 0?
Oh yeah, I'm already at 0, so it's just 5.
So you roll.
So 62.
Ruptured aorta. This is fatal. You have a -2 on your death roll. You have 1 round. So you just got axed in the fucking chest. At the end of this round, you have to roll. So you have -2 on the death roll. That brings us to Flynn.
Is the elevator on the ground yet?
No, but it's almost on the ground. This thing moves about 30 feet around.
Okay. Well, as a fast action, I'm gonna reach into my backpack and pull out one of my scalpels and just like be ready.
John's next. What would you like to do?
Wait for the elevator to go down and...
The lift to get to the bottom?
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything you're going to do? Because you can't really hold an action. You're just
Nope.
not doing anything? Okay.
I guess Overwatch on here?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
That brings us to the end of the round. Roll a death roll.
How do I do a death roll?
You roll a d6. You are still bleeding out. At every round, you have to roll this.
But medical attention will save me?
Yeah, and you can do a medical aid on yourself. He is still there, still panicking, and still attacking.
Fuck! I have to put you down. And then... Oh, God, I'm not likely to survive this.
Cham brings the axe up above his head for another swing, and then stops. You see his eyes sort of unfocus. He drops the axe behind him, falls to his knees, and then a bulge on the side of his face starts to press out against his skull.
You hear loud cracking sounds as his skull breaks.
Elevator.
And with a screech, an alien bursts forth from Cham's face.
Cham is dead.
Can I try and get in this cargo bay? Right here.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, let me try and get in there. So, slow action run, fast action to open the door.
You did not retreat, though, so this creature is going to get an attack on you.
Oh, it's an action to retreat?
It's a fast action to retreat.
Fuck! It's only small, right?
Yes, as a cat.
Fuck, can I shoot it then?
You could try.
Come on, Terry. Come on, I think you can do this. No.
Roll panic. 12?
Yeah.
You scream. The platform's touchdown. The vehicle bay is massive, taking up almost all of this deck. The floor is designed to drop down and become a ramp, opening the vehicle bay toward the front of the ship. On each side of the vehicle bay, there are 2 airlocks and an elevator. You guys know that the elevator on the port side is disabled. It's where Wilson is. The elevator on the starboard side has blast doors over it. Beside the elevator is a large yellow square painted on the ground. The platform just landed perfectly on it, so it's just a warning square. The platform on the winch lowers down directly beside 3 buttons: up, down, and lock. Built into the back wall, there are 3 caged off areas. The largest one in the center looks like it's for storage for vehicle parts and machinery. The one on the port side is clearly an equipment shed. You can see a small workbench with some posable lights on it, a couple of tall tool chests, and various pneumatic attachments hanging on a wall. On the other side, there is a small office area. The rest of the bay is empty except for 2 4-wheel ATVs laying on their sides.
It looks like they weren't appropriately stored during the flight. One of them has a wheel sitting at a very awkward angle and probably can't be driven.
I'll run to like the center so if they can spot us. Ava! Clayton!
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nope.
All right, Johns.
I'll take a step out and continue to overwatch.
Okay. That brings us around to the end of the round. Let's roll. It just hisses and jumps down your throat. Starts chewing on your tongue. Above you on the catwalk, the door to the office swings open, and there is a woman dripping white blood down the side of her face that is just staggering a little bit towards the elevator. She pulls back the panel beside it and closes the elevator doors, trapping the creature inside of it. She turns around, looks back at the office and says, "Okay, I think I'm done now." And you see Clayton step out of the office, looking down at everyone. And she says, "Okay, look, the goal here from the very beginning was to get this primordial chemical that we got at LV1113 home. I'm still going to do that, and if anyone has a problem with that, you can stay on the ship here. If anyone wants to come with me, I am heading to my EEV right now, but we are heading back to Earth. This is a choice that you have to make. There's only now Flynn, Johns, and Pinion. The entire crew of the Montero is dead." She looks down and says, "So you guys need to choose right now who's coming with me. I have room for one."
I'll come with you.
Oh no, I'm going. I'm the one that can keep her alive if anything happens. I run for the platform.
I'm going to pull rank.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Can use your command skill to order other non-officer NPCs and PCs around as long as they belong to the same organization. To force someone to follow your order and perform a specific action, roll command against that target's manipulation. If successful, the target must follow your order, even if it means harm or danger to themselves.
Hold on, I'm going to pause you. The conversation that Davis and Flynn had earlier said that Flynn quits. He is no longer part of the organization.
Yeah.
You can choose to ignore this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are now at odds with Pinion. Pick a side.
I'm gonna look up at her like, I have more things that we can bring home.
She's starting to negotiate. You tried to pull rank on her. What is that like? What's the conversation you're trying to have with her? Because Clayton is listening, and this might be a factor.
I mean, I'm the one that has access to other things here. I've got the captain key card.
That doesn't matter once we leave the ship.
I mean, are you going to get there?
He is holding a grenade launcher.
Attached to a rifle. Does it not seat 8?
No.
You have heard that it seats 8. You know, Johns and Flynn know that it seats 8. She says there's room for 1.
I take a look at my options and I decide that I really have no way off this boat without limiting the number of people in this pool. So I have to take them out, and the one I'm the most worried about is the one with the pulse rifle, so I'm going to stun him first.
All right, we're not in initiative yet,
Yeah.
So you've chosen a side.
Yeah.
So Pinion is pointing a pulse rifle at Johns. Johns is pointing a pulse rifle at Flynn. Flynn is sitting there holding this bag going, "I've got something to help you with." And you all watch as Ava walks forward and shoves Clayton off the catwalk. She falls 50 feet to her death, breaking her neck. "I'm sorry, I can't allow anyone to go to Earth. That's against my protocol. This ship is in self-destruct mode. It has 7 minutes left." Let's jump into initiative.
Yeah.
Johns, what do you want to do?
I feel like this has changed things. I am going to drop my rifle and go for the key card. I'm making an escape.
You are able to go do that, and we'll say it's like drawing a weapon. You now have the key card.
I see John's going for the key card, and then I'm going to run directly to the winch and stand on it. It's the only way out.
Do you have a weapon?
I have a tiny scalpel. And I'm just holding it up, and I'm just like, we can all find a way out of here now if we have that key card.
Pin, what do you got?
Going to fire at Ava.
All right. You begin to panic.
Oh, 6.
Nice. Yeah.
So nothing happened. That was your slow action. Do you have a fast action that you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna go to the winch.
You hear Ava say, "That was rude." That brings us to Ava's turn. She starts to just very much turn on her heels and robotically move around the catwalk towards the top of the lift. Have you guys hit the button yet?
Not yet. I'm waiting for John's.
Yeah, I'll run over.
And then
You can hit the button.
Yeah, sure, I can hit the
Sure.
button.
You guys are now heading up. It's going to take an entire round of initiative. You can fire at Ava if you'd like. She is standing at the top, looking down at you as you get closer.
I don't have any weapons, but I'm gonna kind of like reach into my little knapsack. I'm gonna pull out a little bottle of pills. I'm gonna throw one back, and I'm gonna hand one to John's. It'll bring the stress down.
That's a fast action on your turn to take it. Pinion, you're up next.
I'm gonna fire another grenade at her.
That hits. She's a synthetic life form. All humans in the target zone must make a hard stamina roll or be stunned for 1 round. She is not a human.
Damn it.
But she does have electronics in her system, and she immediately topples forward, completely offline. Additionally, the winch stops.
Hit the button again.
You can't. You are in the middle. You are now 30 feet in the air. The winch has stopped. The silent self-destruct is going. You guys are just dangling in midair. It will be a stamina roll to climb the chain to get to the catwalk.
I will try climbing up first. What the fuck?
Yeah, he grabs it, but Flynn, you can try to climb first.
So I technically have strength 2 with 0 stam, so it's only 2 dice.
One success, you are able to climb up the chain and get to the platform above you. That is going to take your entire slow action to get up there.
Sure, that works for me.
Okay? You still have a fast action if you'd like, so you can run.
I would know that I can't go anywhere without the key card,
Yep.
so I'm staying up at the top. I'll try and push the button.
All the electronics are dead.
Still
You just got
dead.
hit by a stun grenade.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yep.
Okay.
Nope. Out of stress.
You failed your roll, and you slid back down the chain, landed on the platform beside John's,
Okay.
and immediately start to panic. You rolled a 7.
7 total.
Your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you, which is just John's, increases the stress by 1. That is John's turn.
Alright, well, I'll try climbing back up here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
You can
stress
stunt
level,
if you'd like.
I can help him get up with my stunt.
So you're able to clamber up very, very quickly, Johns. You get to the top beside Flynn, and how would you help her?
Yeah, just like here, if you put your foot here and like grab onto this, it'll help it.
You get an automatic success on the next round of initiative. Johns has gotten to the top with Flynn. Pinion is looking like she's got it figured out. She's coming up. We are back into initiative, but we know Pinion's going to make it on the next round. Do we want to get out of initiative and just fucking run?
Yeah, let's book it.
All right. You are on deck C. You need to get up to deck B.
I'd say go back the way we came, like across the catwalk, and then up towards C1 junction.
Okay, so down the starboard corridor,
Yeah.
over to the intersection, and then over to the C1 junction.
Yep.
Up the ladder. You are able to do this getting up to B1. You are now in junction B1.
We know where the corporate suite is.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes. Yeah. You guys lead. Pinion is just following.
Yeah. So, with like, I'm scared out of my mind. So run out of the junction towards the.
You have no idea how much time is left, and it is counting down, and I am paying attention.
So as fast as I can to the corporate suite.
The door opens. You can see the closet in there with that hatch. It's a giant number 8 on it, indicating that there are 8 seats here. It can save 8 people.
Great.
When you swipe the key card at the corporate suite, the red light turned green. You run in. You can see the red light in the closet. You need to swipe it again. When it does, the hatch opens up. The emergency escape vehicle has a small cockpit with 2 chairs and a long padded bench on either side. There's a safety harness affixed to each chair and 3 affixed to the walls behind each of the benches. In the back of the cockpit, there's a door with a symbol for cryo beds on it. You have no idea how much time there is left, and you have to eject. So I'm going to need someone to roll the pilot.
Pilot?
I do not have any piloting.
I can pilot.
I trust you, Johns. Get in there.
You close the door, it seals behind you. The three of you are in there now. Who else is sitting up in the cockpit with Jones?
Flynn will jump up in the cockpit.
All right, Pinion, strap yourself in on one of the
strapping
benches. All right, it's going to take just a pilot roll with a +2. This is really straightforward. However, at the moment that you try to disengage, you get a warning that flashes, and there's an automated voice that appears.
Plasma detected aboard. Please remove before we can eject. Ejection in 3, 2. Plasma detected aboard. Ejection sequence aborted.
What?
You're both carrying plasma rifles?
I'm not. I dropped mine.
You dropped yours. Okay. Pinion.
I had mine over my shoulder, so yeah, I'll throw it up the door. Close it again.
And then it says...
Ejection in 3, 2, 1.
And suddenly the ship is free. Pilot roll.
So no successes.
You are not sure that you are going to be able to get far enough away from this. You don't know how much time there is, and you are scraping the side of the escape pod on the way by. There are a couple of emergency lights that are flashing now on the dashboard. In front of you, nothing flashing red, it's all flashing orange. These are warning lights.
Can I grab the wheel?
With stress, if you have any.
I don't have any stress yet.
This is a pilot roll, so you are rolling what?
Just straight agility.
Straight agility.
I don't have any extra piloting.
Can I coach? I think you gotta hit that one over there.
You can command.
I can command. I think if you hit that button there, that switch a little. I think that'll help you.
Okay, I only get like a +1 though, right?
Well, he's got to succeed on the command
okay,
first.
go for it.
Depending on how many successes he gets.
One success.
All right.
The bonus one, yeah.
All right.
That is a success. You managed to get away from the ship. And then suddenly there's a bright flash of light as the Cronus and everything on it explodes and just disintegrates in a nuclear blast. The core that Cham had just finished repairing goes nuclear and everything is gone. There's one flash of light, then a second, then a third as each one of the engines goes, and then your EEV, which is really just an escape pod, is now floating in deep space. What would you like to do?
Well, first I'm gonna flop back in my seat with my satchel that I've had, just I don't know how to fly this thing other than that. There has to be an instruction manual somewhere, right?
I think John's has it.
I mean, I haven't flown one of these before, but I know what it is.
You can try to point it in a direction of Sutter's World is the nearest colony.
I suppose, yeah.
And hold on, only Pinion would know that. Because you guys have been floating in deep space for 73 years.
Yeah.
Can I make a contact roll to see if I can get a map or a coordinates thing up on the screen?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay. So all my wits are -3, so I do only technically get 3 to roll. I feel like the release of stress from the fact that we are no longer in the exploding ship means something. Can I push it?
You can.
So-
You gain 1 stress and you roll 1 stress with it.
Okay. Facehugger. I'm slamming my palm of the hand on this.
You are just going to fail on this. It has been a long ass day. There's no panic necessarily that's going to happen here.
Yeah.
It is just time for Flynn to break down and cry.
Yeah.
The navigation doesn't seem to be working. You guys cannot figure out how to do it. What would you like to do?
I would like to lay down on the bench and just stretch out for a moment and close my fucking eyes.
I guess we're doing cryopods.
Yeah? You'll require the access key to get into the back of the ship.
Yeah, we'll go back and scan it, open it up, see how many are back there.
The door opens with a hiss, and you see immediately that there are only 2 cryo beds here. The other 6 have been removed. In their place, there are 8 large glass cabinets that have been bolted to the floor, each with 4 shelves that can be seen. This looks like a last-minute modification, but the purpose is clear enough. On each shelf, there sit 6 black cylindrical urns. The last cabinet holds only 3 urns instead of 24, and there is another one sitting on the ground beside it. It looks like Clayton was in the middle of loading it when she got interrupted. This is what she was doing when she was supposed to be on comms. There are 2 cryo beds. What would you like to do?
I'm the only one that knows this.
Yeah, you're the one that stepped back there.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go and try to choke out the person laying on a bench that tried to shoot me a minute ago.
As you start to move towards Pinion, your shadow falling across her, she's stretching there, taking a deep sigh of release. The only member of the Satio left. No one from the Montero is alive. All of the ships are gone. Your shadow falls upon her, and you reach out to choke her out, which should be easy because your arms are longer than they were. Your eyes are slowly turning black, and your skull is starting to get a long shape as a mucus sac begins to form over top of your face. This episode, called Divided We Fall, is an It's a Mimic production. This has been the 3rd and final episode of this 3-part series called Pandora's Box. This episode stars CB Dave as Captain Miller and Acting Captain Albert Johns, Megan Lengle as the medic Flynn, Terry Williams as the company agent John J. Wilson, Stephen Golding as the Roughneck Cham, Sean O'Coin as the synthetic Lucas and the salvager Pinion, Elaria as the voice of the Cronus, and Adam Nason as the game mother. This series uses but changes rules and scenarios from Free League Publishing. This is not a paid endorsement, but It's a Mimic would like to encourage everyone to explore the Alien RPG. All musical tracks in this episode are original pieces created by Tyler Gibson at Melodica's Music. Some of the sounds here have been used and modified from the game Alien Isolation. It's a Mimic would like to encourage everyone to explore that video game. The It's a Mimic Alien RPG logo was created by Megan Lengle. All other graphics are owned by Free League Publishing. It's a Mimic would like to thank our Patreon and specifically Gerald for making this production a possibility. Please check out the show notes for other details. And thank you for listening to It's a Mimic, where you never know what you're going to get.